Good timing, oh yes. Great timing. You lucky devil. This is worth 18 submarines. Come on, Mama, let the good times roll.
Okay. Yeah. So the last time that we were playing, which is forever ago at this point.
Oh God, it was.
Yeah. You guys had been hired by Mickey, your fixer that you guys know.
Hey,
You guys have worked with him before. You guys have all worked together before. Got a decent little relationship going. He hired you to try and help him figure out any kind of information that he can use to try and take down Mario Luencio.
That was this guy's opponent.
Yeah, that was Lemon's opponent.
That's right. I started writing shit on the back of this page.
Yeah.
Mickey, Mario Lorenzo, $1,000 for the job.
And do you need another piece of paper, Dusty, or something? Or are there some spares lying around somewhere?
Yeah, I got some paper here. I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll take it from it.
I'm guessing we have 7 days for the setup. Okay.
6 days.
Yeah, you had a time limit. Yeah, because the fight's happening like next week. Because they do weekly fights.
Right.
You guys had talked to Mickey into giving you the number for Mario's personal driver.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys had paid him off to give you the location that Mario's planning on being at tomorrow night.
Right.
Which he's planning on being at Club Cherez, which is a somewhat upscaled nightclub. I have some notes here that said that you guys wanted to talk to him there, but whatever you guys really want to do about him, that's up to you. There's also some stuff that you guys were talking about, maybe trying to track down some of his early brain dances. Or maybe some of his early footage. I know a little bit of that was mitigated because Dusty's character was such a big fan that he already knew some of the stuff.
I know everything about
I remember
this
rolling really well.
Yeah, you rolled ridiculously well, which is how you knew the obscure knowledge of his left knee got really badly messed up in when he was an amateur. But we had kind of left off at just you guys had split off for the night. I forget who it was out of you that went and actually got the information from the driver, but I remember one of you went and did that, or was it two of you? I know at least one of you was like, "Oh, I'm just going to go back to my apartment. You guys can handle that."
Yeah, I can't remember which of us did which.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, Dusty did the talking.
You guys split up for the night after that anyway, so it hard you guys have the information. If you know where he's going to be at, you had a plan of talking and trying to figure out what you wanted to do about where he's going to be, how you're going to do things.
Okay.
So where are we at in the timeline? Are we still that night?
This is the next day.
Okay.
So we'll say that you guys go ahead and meet up in the morning the next day. So you got about 6 days left because it's the day after the last fight. Because you guys met up during one fight and then
got the job.
Got the job, paid off the driver, got some information.
Okay.
Oh, so I guess I'll pick you all up in my vehicle.
You are the one with the car.
Yep.
Although Will did link me to, they have a new they recently put out a PDF that's all about skateboards and bicycles and other stuff that you can buy and how riding them around works.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. You like rollerblade around town.
What was that? What was that Disney movie that came out that was just all about like downhill like rollerblading?
Brink?
Is that
I'm
what
talking
it
about
was?
Brink?
I have no idea.
Where like the only scene I remember is two dudes going like downhill super hard, and one guy that was like from a bad team like walking out and like sprinkling some white
Yeah, throw
gravel
some
on it.
rocks on
it. just takes out a dude.
That's so Disney. Oh man.
Yeah, Brink was cool as shit because they acted like skateboarders and then they got on their little rollerblades.
That's got to be ridiculous to see.
They
Acted like a bunch of hard asses, and then like,
Well, it was the 90s, you see, so everyone was acting like that.
Dude, the
oh, that is so
90s.
true.
there was
Every
odd.
sport was cool in the 90s.
There was enough flannel in that film to provide warmth for a whole third world country.
I saw an article that said that the stylings of grunge are coming back because everyone's broke again.
About time.
People are broke. We call it style. The
that
peasants are
sounds like-
poor again.
Yeah, that sounds like a humanity thing. Yes.
Jesus.
I mean, shit. Isn't that how lobster became something considered like really fanciful? In the past, it used to be considered that's a peasant thing to eat.
It's a cyclical thing. The wealthy don't usually like to do the things that the lower class do. Like they like to have their own things because that's how they know it's special. Is because they can afford to do it, but others can't.
Right, so when poor people start imitating them,
Yeah. Then they move away from it and they try to find like other things to get, and then like that's
We have to separate ourselves from them.
yeah. And eventually it goes full circle where it's like, oh, this thing that was like absolutely awful and nobody wanted. Yeah, well, rich people are doing it now. It's like, well, why are rich people yo mamaing in the streets? It's like, well, all the poor people stop doing it.
yo mama ing. It's the 90s again.
Well, considering how long ago did they try to bring back bell bottoms from the 70s, I guess we are about to hit another decade.
That's happening. I've seen that.
Get some jinkos up in here.
No, God. I saw fucking trip pants the other day.
They're so comfy.
Yeah, but they were gone for 12 years.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And you do look ridiculous. But man, oh man.
All right. So what's the plan for today? Besides, I guess breakfast first.
Kibble? My car's got a kibble dispenser. I just reach up and I lick a ball for water.
Dusty, filling the glove box with kibble isn't a kibble dispenser. Just because it all falls out when you open it.
Did I tell you guys I put ice cream sandwiches in my ice dispenser on my fridge? So if I put a cup under there, I get an ice cream sandwich.
You told me that.
Isn't that too big?
I was thinking you said it's like just like the size for it for the ice dispenser is like
Well, you
just
see,
large
it's
enough for it.
Yeah, I get like one.
Thanks to shrinkflation and them getting thinner, now they fit right there.
There's the positive spin on
They're
it.
not as big as the ones you remember.
Yeah.
That's all food. They're all doing little things just to like, hang on, we're going to charge you the same amount, but we're making things just a little bit smaller in some
Yeah.
aspects. So you're paying the same amount for less.
The first time I ever noticed that was years ago when Totino's went from being round to square.
Mm-hmm.
I was so fucking pissed at that.
You actually, but when that happened, you actually got more.
They could pack more with the squares.
Yeah, they did that for shipping because I remember everybody getting mad about it, and then like 3 YouTube videos being like, "Here's the circumference of the round pizza and the amount of the amount of pizza you get,"
Mm-hmm.
and then like, "Here's the square one. It fits in the same dimensions, like the edges." But now all that area that was the circle being nothing is now just pizza.
What do you mean the same dimension as like the packaging?
So
Yeah.
when they switched to the squares, they didn't shrink the like width of the pizzas. So if it was like an 8-inch pizza that was a circle before, it's now 8 inches across as a square.
But they're not squares; they're rectangles.
Yeah. But like that just meant like that the bags that they used to put them in are now filled.
Okay. I get what you're saying about math and
So that's
whatnot.
more bread, though. Like, but can you like? Did the toppings go down?
I mean, they probably
Oh.
used the same amount of whatever the topping was, but it still got cheese and sauce on it.
I notice a lot of cheap pizzas nowadays. You can see the crust from the top, through the cheese and the pepperoni, through
Well,
the
I've
sauce.
also noticed that
Yeah.
they've been
Crust.
cutting down on the cheese as well. There's more
Right, yeah,
sauce
there's
than
no
cheese.
sauce,
on
no
these.
cheese, no meat. It's just like you're buying a big cracker.
What's been pissing me off is that mozzarella sticks at a lot of places have been changing because they're like, well, we can cheapen out on the cheese that's in these. So like when last time I went to Applebee's, I got the mozzarella sticks. Couldn't even eat them. There was too much, more than likely provolone is a common placer like replacement in there. And
Trash cheese.
I don't like not mozzarella. Like mozzarella is like the only cheese I can tolerate. And as soon as they add a little bit of extra something in there, I'm like, can't even eat this anymore.
Mozzarella.
No, I think when me and the wife went to St. Louis.
Oh yeah, I remember us talking about that.
Yeah, they don't have mozzarella.
Yeah.
They use
What?
provolone on the whole fucking pizza.
What?
And it is awful.
Yeah,
That's not good cheese for pizza.
all of the South, and it's not pure provolone. That's the thing. All of the South just does like a 50-50 mix
Mm.
of provolone and mozzarella in anything that involves mozzarella.
Did you cut my cheese?
And it's because
This is
and like I remember I was even pissed off for you, and I was like, I know, that's why I can't eat pizza in Florida because it's that. And then I was talking to my buddy who lives in Mississippi who worked at a pizza place, and he's like, "What are you talking about? That's every pizza." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, it's all like you do. I worked like no, you get it. It's mixed in a bag, and then you throw it on there." I was like, "What are you talking about? No pizza place makes pure mozzarella pizza. You what? No, apparently not where you're from with your savagery. It's like it's expensive down here. We have global trade. I don't think that shipping an extra 100 miles for a mozzarella cheese is really adding in the bucks."
Like, I get that there's price differences, but if you're a chain, I don't understand how you can regionally change your fucking recipe.
Yeah. Dusty, can you kill that thing?
Stab, stab, stab. Blood fly everywhere.
oh my god!
He said to kill it.
He slit the heater's throat.
Yeah, I'm just gonna unplug it. It takes forever.
Right, it's probably just cooling off the heat
Mhm.
though. That's left. It
Oh,
wonders.
that's right. That's why I wrote that down.
What?
I wrote down 2 nightclubs and 1 restaurant. That's like those were the
The three
places. The
he's
3
gonna
places he
frequent.
frequents. We know which one he's going to be at tonight. That's right.
I think that's what the plan was going to be. We were each going to stake something out, and then something changed, and now we know he's going to be at the club.
Well, we were going to stake each of those out, but then whoever it was bribed and talked to the. I think it actually was.
Might
Yeah, I
have
think
been
it
me.
was
I think it was.
Because there was
yeah.
a small kerfuffle about who's actually paying him, and we were like, well, you're the one talking to him.
I was like, all right. I did my part though. You guys do the shooty. I do the you do the hacky. I do the talky. You
And
do
the drivey.
shooty. Yeah, somebody does the punchy.
He
I do the
he
fixie.
patches you up.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're the doctor.
Ye-
Oh wait, yeah, we need.
You're
somebody-
the brunt.
Wait,
The brunt is technically Cat's character.
Oh, the one we have
The
a call
solo.
an
down.
actual wrestler.
Yeah, that's the actual muscle.
That's
of
we
our-
only call him if we need a fight though.
yeah, like you were given the option of, do you think you want a solo hanging out with you for this job? And you all said no.
Yeah, because like we don't expect to be. We're not here to fight anybody. And if we did, we'd get our asses whooped because he's like actually a tough guy. He's verifiably a tough guy. The guy we're talking to.
He does stay toe to toe with dudes with cyberware.
That's like for a living.
And his whole thing is that he prides on using very little cyberware.
He doesn't use any.
Besides
I-
his brain dancer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the only thing he's got.
He doesn't have any like augmentations or enhancements. Just
Which I'm
People-
telling
damn.
you, as a wrestling fan, is absolutely ridiculous. Because, like I said, way back when he was an amateur, he fucking his legs stayed planted and his body went over there. You know what I'm saying?
You ever heard of r/the flamingo? Well, this guy's a star.
All right, tell me, is that like a Reddit thread where it's just gore porn of people with broken legs?
It's a whole Reddit. It's a whole subreddit that the whole thing is landing and your knees going backwards.
Oh, I hate those.
Yeah,
Dude, that's cringe all the way. Why do you watch that stuff?
No, I know of it. I've seen it once or twice and said, I don't need this
It's
whole
not for me.
subreddit. This whole subreddit, I don't need it in my life.
Oh man, that's like that Facebook page I found where it's things full of beans that shouldn't be full of beans. It's something you scroll around for a while, then try to forget, and then you never can.
I do like r/shitty restriction diets, which started as a place to just post like pictures of what you're eating when you're on like a super strict like diet that you can't even like. It's like, oh, I'll piece of lettuce and like a sliver of chicken. Like 300 calories for the day, boys. And then it's since gone to like, it looks like everybody's memeing, but I'm not sure.
Because somebody's probably out there doing it, right? Eating one bean and a sliver of a tomato, one almond.
Well, it's because certain things became memes in the community, like the sugar-free monsters. Like the white one.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, there's like a diet monster.
Yeah,
and it's like...
and it is everywhere in this subreddit now. Of like, everybody's meal is like, oh, here's cornstarch, oatmeal, and instead of water... this monster. And like everything is covered in this monster.
It's like a meal replacer. It's 0 calorie. It gives you the energy to keep going.
It's like 10 calories a can. So everybody's like, yeah, fuck it. This is what I got.
My body runs off pure caffeine and ginseng. So I got way too many vitamin Bs. You can live on just like nothing at all. My dad lived on alcohol for a while. Like he went to, like when we went to the hospital and they were like, oh, he's all malnourished. They said literally the only thing that's keeping him alive is like sugars from alcohol. It's the only thing he's got left. It's like, so you could, like, if you drink enough alcohol, you don't have to eat. It's just
I don't know about that.
Because I've
medically proven for a very short time.
Anecdotally.
That you can keep that sure. Okay, you can keep crawling in life, I guess.
Well, I mean, the nurse had to wipe his ass, but I mean...
Some people, yeah, and you have to pay for that kind of service,
That's why I'm like, is that really being alive anymore?
Just an alcohol vegetable.
That's all right. He turned it around. Now he's a lumberjack.
Is that what he does?
That's what he left to do.
Okay. I'll take his word for it because I had no idea.
I only know because like your dad was like, "Oh yeah, how about your buddy comes with us to an awkward dinner before I leave?"
I don't.
Oh no, I remember it just stuck out. It's like, man, I thought my family was busted up.
Oh yeah, you did go with me, didn't we? Where did we go?
Golden Corral.
Yeah.
Which was your
funny.
dad's
That's
idea of
perfect.
like a nice place to go.
That's my dad's idea, but nice place to go is Golden Corral.
Yeah, and then like I was just sitting there like because we were just hanging
Was
out
it just
that
like
day.
me, you, and him?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I was just
That
like,
sounds awkward as hell.
Yeah.
That's bad.
And your dad, every time he would open his mouth, it would just get worse.
he didn't have a way with words.
Or he did have a way with words. It's just very unique.
No, he's just not a nice man.
Doesn't sound like it.
Because he's like, oh yeah, he had just like, I think 2 days beforehand told Dusty like, oh yeah, I'm leaving. What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm going to a different state. And then just no communication, and then just, hey, I'm leaving today or tomorrow. You want to meet up and do whatever, like blah, blah, blah. And you're like, I'm doing something with somebody. And he's like, I'll bring him with you. And then I just sitting there and he's just like, yeah, I'm going to be doing this, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And he's like, all right. And there wasn't any like him trying to connect with you at all. It was just him talking more about himself more and more.
Oh, yeah, he was really excited to get out of that halfway house and move to a different state. I was like, cool. I'm gonna live at Jake's house. He's like, I guess I took you to Golden Corral. Here, we'll just give my son a place to stay.
I wish there would have even been that of like, yeah, you look after him for a little bit. That would have given me like any amount of like, oh, it seems like this guy cares at all. He just didn't bring up any of it.
He's like, well, where are you? He's like, so I'm moving. Where are you gonna stay?
Like, I'm heading out today.
I don't know, man. After school, I just kind of hang out.
He's like, I'm heading out today. I'm gonna be honest with you. That house hasn't had its bills paid in like 3 months, and they're gonna be coming.
Oh wow!
What the fuck are we doing?
You guys are trying to figure out what you're supposed to be doing tonight.
Who's Ladasha?
I wrote down that that's it's some model with
That's
a
his
makeup
girlfriend.
line, but I
It's
don't.
his girlfriend, yeah.
Whose girlfriend? Mario's?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's his current girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
Well, for the past 2 minutes, I've been trying to figure out who LA-A
I love this. I remember because you were like, "Who's his girlfriend?" And it was like, "Oh, it's my job to give her." I was like, "Ladasha," and you were like, "Is that spelled the way I think it's spelled?" And I was like,
I'm gonna be honest. I have Ladasha in my notes. Completely just thought I had written down nonsense. I didn't bring it up.
That's where I've been for the past 2 minutes.
We're all looking at our notes. What's this?
Yeah.
L.A.
Dash A. And I'm like, what code is this? Did I miss letters? Fuck it. It's
Los
obviously not important.
We're like, no.
That's why I did. I did. That's one of the few things I didn't bring up at all because I was like, obviously, I was just doodling.
This can be total nonsense. It can't be anything relevant.
How you put together that was a fucking name.
Oh wow!
So Mario and Ladasha,
Yeah.
you've restored power to the castle. We have to do something special for you. That's what Peach says to Mario.
Bake him a cake
when he wins the bake him a cake. She's like, all right, you finally want this Princess Tang? No, you get cake.
Yeah, because all the bullshit he goes through in Mario 64, and it's like, I'll bake you a cake. I'm like, I just saved this whole kingdom by jumping through a bunch of fucking picture portals.
Yeah, but Luigi's the real G because Daisy is on that dick.
Must be because they're not hardly in any games.
Yeah,
So obviously they're busy at home.
No, yeah, they live at that mansion in between doing Olympic sports.
No. Luigi's normally off saving the planet. Like, if you play Paper Mario or Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, the only two Paper Marios,
Never played them.
because the other ones are all fucking shit. Throughout the game, as you're running around as Mario doing your little adventure to try to save Peach, occasionally you'll just see Luigi in one of the towns that you come across. And if you go talk to him, he's like, "Oh, Mario, I've been off doing so much stuff." And your character, like, you have no dialogue to respond with him with. He'll continue talking. If you listen to him, your guy just, like, Mario just falls asleep. And you can
While Luigi lists his accomplishments?
lists everything he's been doing over the past, like, 2 days, 3 days. And then eventually, like, the only way to get out of the dialogue is you just walk away. And he'll just keep talking. And then he'll notice your guy, like, "Bye, Mario." And you're like, all right. But yeah, every time he's like, "Oh, I went to this village. I saved these people from this thing. And then I went over here. And you know, there's a thing that's going to crash into the moon here soon. No, I got to stop that." He's like off saving the planet. As you're just like, "I'm trying to save Peach. Again." It's like, all right, Mario, love you. See you later.
See, Luigi's got his priorities in order.
Yeah, Luigi's like saving the world. The only reason that he even dealt with the mansion was because he's like, "Oh shit, it ate my brother. I got to go get him."
Peach doesn't get kidnapped that many times on accident.
No,
Mario's getting cucked.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
I still, I've seen a cartoon of it where it's Mario storming off and Luigi's like, "What's happening?" It's like, "Gotta go save the princess again." And at the bottom one, it's Peach and some dude in bed, and you can see this Bowser costume hanging up on the on the back, and he's like, he still believes the whole kidnapping story? Yeah, he's a damn idiot.
Dude, that dude's closet has a old DK costume in it. So I've been stealing his bitches for a long time.
It's either that or like a fun, like one of the fun comics that I've seen is like when they were, is when they're friendly with Bowser, and all of a sudden like Bowser like gets knocked off an edge and off of like a giant sky platform, and they're like, "Oh no!" Like getting all teary eyed, and then Peach is just in the background, like, he's been knocked off of higher and into lava like 30 times. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like in that Avengers film where, like, there's this big threatening scene where Thor is falling from the helicarrier to the
Yeah.
Earth, and it's like, oh no, is he gonna live? And it's like, yeah,
It's
Thor. He'll be fine.
He's falling. He's free
He has
falling.
literally
Thor.
he's had his godhood taken from him and then shot across the earth. Well, not the earth, across the galaxy, and basically face planted into the earth.
He's like falling. Oh no.
So what are you guys gonna do with this guy at the nightclub? What's your guys' plan for the nightclub?
I don't know. We haven't come up with a plan. We're too busy not
Forget.
bullshitting.
It was a long time. I was gonna ask him
What?
questions. I think. Forget.
How are you gonna talk to him at the nightclub?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you? Do we?
Well, it's
what are
more
we
the
gonna
idea of
talk
look,
to him about?
if we're gonna talk to him, what are we trying to get out of him? That's the question. Apparently, the only thing that I understand is that hardly anybody knows anything about him from before he showed up in the amateur leagues.
Wait, how old are you?
She's like, what did I say? 20, 21?
Damn it.
Why?
How old are
I
you?
was like, dude, bait him. And then put him in jail.
It's like, we gotta go. No, Alex is not jailbait.
And also, how's that gonna work out with your fixer? Well, yeah, you guys come back. Did you guys get like any information on the guy? It's like, he's in jail. What?
You got any information? Yeah, he's a pedo. What? He gets on minors. How do you know? Well, because I kind of tried to seduce him. So no,
Or we're gonna
that's not gonna work.
Well, we need to figure
We're
out.
we're all sitting around like eating our like fucking cyberpunk McDonald's trying to plan out this thing.
Dude, sunrise in Night City is disgusting. So like all the neon signs woke their worst, and like all just like the only people that are out are like either really uptight corpos on their way to work, or like disgusting people who are on sleep on the sidewalks for the night before.
Yeah.
Like,
It's getting just warm enough where all the shit on the street starts to have a smell again.
yes.
Oh God.
All right, so fixing a fight. Wait, so we're
I remember like the idea.
Lemon,
My idea was like to
Mario.
attack his
Okay.
character, but because he's outgoing about being more natural and not having all these cybernetic implants or whatever. And I'm like, nah, there's something in that knee. And then also I was like, I wanted to talk to him and his girlfriend, but like they're not just going to straight up tell me. That's ridiculous.
no.
Hey, who's the doc that did your knee replacement? Like, it looks great.
Um,
Not what you see.
Oh, about that.
It might be far fetched in getting there, but I'm thinking of maybe if somehow we could either knock him out or kidnap him somehow, then I could inspect him and see if he's got anything. I don't know if there's a way for us to do that or how we could
Just need to figure out who his Ripper Doc is and go talk to him.
do that.
What if we like spike his drink, get him extra drunk, and then while he's passed out, you can look at him. What's inspecting mean? Do you have to cut him open, or can you just tell if somebody has cybernetics?
That is a good question.
Yeah, does he have any like kind of like
He's like, I wonder if he's got
scanner
any
gear or
chrome in here.
anything that could
Slice.
I don't. Do you have a scanner?
Yeah, we got a med scanner in mine.
He's got it in his arm.
Convenient.
maybe. He's gotta at least have him in a situation where he can actually like examine the guy. Might not have to cut him open, but he's got to be at least able to like touch on him a little.
Right.
All right.
All right. Go in there, buy him a drink, and get consent.
I know I have 3 points in pharma, so I can make something. I don't know if there's anything I can make in like drugging.
Oh
And
yeah,
then-
that's right. It's an avenue we could buy narcotics.
Mhm.
Yeah. If we do go that route, we got to sneak him out. In which case, if Ladash is close by, that's a problem, or his security.
Yeah. This is a really heavy-handed method. Maybe we should.
Well, I mean, if Ladash is nearby, I could probably distract her.
You could do that.
Oh boy.
And yeah, I looked into your medtech scanner. It's not made to detect cybernetics. It's literally like you can put a probe or two into somebody and keep track of their heart rate and do a few other things to like help you with patching somebody up. But
Okay.
it's
It
not
can basically read their vitals.
it does a few extra things than that, but it's more for patching things up than anything.
What's up, fan?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there something that I could upgrade to eventually that would let me see that? Or
What do you want, an X-ray?
I guess.
And I'm sure that there's some sort of a portable X-ray that you might be able to get your hands on at some point.
That
sounds fucked up.
I don't.
Walking around X-raying people.
Well, I don't have one
That is
currently.
a little dangerous, yeah.
Nobody lives long enough to get cancer in that city.
I don't have one currently, but I know there's a thing I can buy that's like basically a pop tent. It's like a portable.
Oh, like a quick med tent kind of thing. Or like real quick sterile area kind of a thing.
Yeah.
To do stuff.
Are you talking about that, or are you talking about a body bag? Well, no. Like there's it's a stasis bag. I think is what it's called.
Oh.
I think I'm talking about what I'm talking about. I was pretty sure it was like a small work area, like in the field. Like I said, I don't have one, so
It's like a surgic bag. Yeah.
okay.
It's less of a full on tent, or at least the cheapest version is
Mhm.
less of a full on tent, and it's more of literally a bag you can put a whole person in, and then you're like reaching into a very specialized area, and maybe like there's gloves through that you can like do your surgery and stuff on them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't think you want to go that route though for trying to figure out his leg.
Yeah, probably
They
not.
drug him, body bag him, reach my hands inside. All the nightclub people are just like, oh fuck it, we're all fingering each other. We don't care.
Whatever he's into.
Everybody in the club.
We don't judge here. Oh God, what was it from Rick and Morty? Shame will be, sexual hang-ups will be punishable by death.
I don't remember that bit.
Sexual hang-ups in the pleasure chamber are punishable by death.
Ever since his arrest, there was a night where me and a buddy just kept going back and forth with saying awful things, and then as soon as we were done saying it, we're like, "Oh, excuse me, sorry, I'm Atlanta drunk." And one of his weird text messages to random 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I'm Atlanta drunk. I'm like,
Oh,
what
God.
the fuck does Atlanta drunk mean?
All right. Well, that was my out of left field idea. So
Right. It's better than my idea was to just ask him.
hey, do you have
You
any
wanna
major
incriminate
weaknesses?
yourself?
What would you
Right.
say would be the most devastating thing for your career right now?
Right.
That you've
Everyone is
done?
ask his girlfriend. I'm like, would you betray your boyfriend right now for no real great reason?
No great reason, no actual benefit. This is all just to benefit us and screw over you, so would you help us out?
Steve, what's your handle?
Actually don't. Alex.
Oh, okay. What's up, Alex? You got a plan, Alex? Because me and...
My name's Jack.
All right, me and Jack have spat out crazy ideas.
Well, you're definitely right about the whole crazy aspect. That's for certain. Oh, I don't know enough about this Mario guy. I mean, I thought the whole point of knowing that where he was at the club, so we could at least start things from there. But yes, but
How about this? If we know where he's gonna be, then we know where he's not gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can use this time to snoop around a place that he would normally be, but is otherwise preoccupied tonight.
It's not a terrible idea, but where would that be?
because the only
Where
other
are we-
ones that I heard about were just 2 other hangout spots.
Other
And what are we
hangout
gonna
spots, right.
and what are we gonna learn at a hangout spot other than he hangs out? You're gonna find more information about him at the hangout spot that he's at.
More like his home or his office. If he
Well,
has
you're the
one,
one who
or,
you're the wrestling fan. I think you would know where he actually lives, do you?
Guys,
You're the stalker.
I got this excellent idea. We know he's going to be at the club. What about his favorite restaurant? Why don't we just go see what's going on there? Like, it's the perfect timing. He'll never expect that.
Do you know where he lives?
That would be crazy kind of information. That's not just. Is there yellow pages? Or again, like I said, like I want to speak to his Ripper Doc, but I don't know who his Ripper Doc is. Need to go in there and maybe we talk to him, and not enough information. Not trying to get crazy information out, but just enough to be like who's your doc, and then go to his.
If nothing else, I mean, you could also have a good approach in going towards him, just going up as him as a fan.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's
have-
the idea. That's how I can get close to him if I
Yeah.
want to talk to him.
We have
it's
6
just
more
like-
days. If we use this as an opportunity to get more information and plan something more in depth closer to the fight, I think that's reasonable.
Besides,
Right.
especially if we think that
We
he
don't have to
does,
solve the whole problem today. We're
Yeah.
right. We got a whole
it's
week.
going to take time to.
This
it's
is
gonna ta-
recon.
Besides, I'm pretty sure that if you does have a Ripper Doc like you're suspecting, he wouldn't. If he is going to see him, it wouldn't be until probably a day or 2 before the fight, anyhow. So this is more. We know where he's going to be. Let's tail him from there. Or if we want to try and, or again, try and get to know him. Let him be familiar with somebody who might be a fan of his work.
All right, so we just talk to him tonight. Then we tail him. Learn where he lives and such.
We find out where he lives. Then when he's not at home, we can find out stuff there.
This is brilliant.
I think I don't know about brilliant, but it's at least a more cohesive plan than what you guys have thought of before.
Wait, then should I even talk to him? Because if we're gonna tail him, then talking to him is like it's like tipping your hat, before you fucking do it. And then he's like, "Oh, who's tailing me? Oh, maybe that creepy guy at the but from the you know what I'm saying?" Like,
well, if
he's
you
gonna
don't
be
approach him like a creepy fanboy.
well, that was the plan, is to be a fanboy.
Yeah, not a creepy
Whether
one.
No, a fan,
I
not a
guess it depends on
fanboy.
how cool I roll.
Well, how
Yeah.
cool do you roll?
Not some starstruck nerd.
How
I'm
cool
the
are you?
coolest one here.
How cool are you?
I think he is.
8.
That's,
Yeah,
That's
cooler
pretty
than
cool.
me.
pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
I love like my cool is a number, and I'll just be like, yeah, I'm cool.
That's
Well-
pretty cool.
I mean, 10 cool is the coolest guy in the world.
Yeah, so I'm pretty fucking cool.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool for a dirty street hobo.
Yep.
Not that dirty. My dude's kind of like I like to think of my dude as being like a cross between a nomad and a rocker boy. Like he's dipping his toes in the water. You know what I'm saying, like,
Are you male or female?
I'm a dude.
I think I must have gotten mixed up with the other game because I remember being confused about it.
Well, I'm playing the female.
Yeah, I know, but
But-
the other game being so similar, I think I mixed up the characters.
I suppose. I don't think anybody's.
I think I'm the
Playing
only guy in the other one. No. Well,
In Starfighter?
excluding Jake and Kat, yeah, you two are both women in Starfighter, right?
No, we're both
Well,
males.
He's the
He's
DM.
the DM, and
I-
I'm a rat.
I guess mostly I
I'm-
play
What
women.
am I
Unless you
remembering?
count the villains.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Okay. I think I was thinking of this, and I think I was just wrong. I
guess
thought
so.
you two were both girls. Okay.
He's looking to assemble a harem, and he thought he was going to get closer.
Yes, my grumbly old man and his harem.
Yeah.
Why not? Hugh Hefner did. Then again, he
His
also
cool
would've-
might have been higher than 3.
at one point.
We're just
Considering the
tooling
fact-
around the city in my car. Is that what we're doing? Cranking up the radio, and we're just kind of fucking. Think of that montage of cyberpunk stuff where you're just like driving through the city, listening. How's that song go? You know the one. Insert your favorite Edge Runner song.
Oh. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Well, whatever one. Everybody's
There's
got one.
multiples, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's like whichever one popped into your head when you brought that up, that's it.
Yeah, because before the anime, there was like a whole different set of songs I listened to from the game.
Now it's just more songs.
Well, they have like an incredible soundtrack for the game because they like reached out to a bunch of pop artists and had them make like brand new music for it.
Do we have a timeline on when he's going to be at the club? Probably not 10 a.m.
That evening.
More likely not.
that evening. Okay. Well, if our plan is to talk to and then tail, is there anything else we need to do before that time? Because we probably have 6-ish hours.
Yeah.
Too bad we can't like just go around and like grind XP.
I'm more looking to see if there's anything that Alex can like look up to try and more like, because she like knows nothing about the entire like fighting wrestling, or like maybe if she's gonna do a job like this, she might need to learn read up on some stuff. But I don't know. That's also not entirely her character for that.
We begin our journey at the public library.
Yeah, that's definitely not her.
I was almost thinking about maybe my character does a little Uber Eats now and then, but then I was also like, the last time I saw Cyberpunk, there's like vending machines everywhere full of foods. It's like, and like you
It's
said,
like
we
Japan-
got kibble
it's-
in our apartments, have like kibble dispensers or something.
Well, he delivered that dude's hands.
What?
In the show, he delivered that dude's hands.
Well, yeah, but that's delivering especially made cybernetics. That's not
Okay.
shit you get on the vending machine.
I smuggle things. I'm just like waiting for enough downtime to be like, I just like smuggle things for a few days and then make so many Euro bucks.
Yeah, I can't think of anything before then. So, I mean, is there anything that you guys need to get?
I don't know, like, get if this is the game with the side hustles and not the other one. It is?
Yeah,
it's not?
where you can have side hustles. I mean,
Yeah.
we're mostly playing. We're the focus for this game. I know is like the big job. But
Right.
yes, you can have side hustles. Right.
That's a downtime thing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
How much time is downtime?
At least a day.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Yeah, I suppose we have everything we need. I guess just
What I guess she'll look up in Ladash's makeup line.
Do you want to do some research on the infosphere?
I guess so.
Or wait, or is that Pathfinder? What's it called on?
That's
just the net. What are
The
those
net.
terminals called?
Data
The
terminals.
data terminals. Such a simple name. Data terminal.
It's almost like they describe what they are.
What? You mean they didn't have to have a corporation invent a whole new word for it? So that, and then trademark it so nobody else can have an association to it?
Well, there's plenty of those around, but you're looking for a city one, I assume.
Okay, so we find a
But
terminal.
I guess, yeah, just find some stuff out about his girlfriend, maybe.
So now we're hanging out on the street corner while you research on a
Or you guys can drive off. I can take care
No,
of
that's cool.
myself.
We're listening to music, and I might have to pick up cigarettes or something so I look cool. Because, like, I can't picture myself not smoking a cigarette while I'm, like, leaned up against the building waiting for you right now. And my leathers and my flashy
Because why
glasses
else
and
would you
hat
just
and
be
all that.
hanging around if you weren't smoking?
Okay.
Because, you know, it's not like we've seen from the cartoon that there aren't, you know, just people lounging around on
Jacking
the
off in the street.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, they got their Fleshlight 2.0s strapped on.
Brain dancing porno.
So, I mean, Steve, if that's what you're up to, give me a library search.
Okay. Which die do we use again in this?
It's a D10, and
Right.
you'll add the level that you have in something
We're doing it. We're
plus
rolling
your
it.
stat.
Right.
Here you go. It's a Steve roll.
Yeah, that's definitely a Steve roll. I'm just trying to find out where.
Pulling a Steve.
To the library?
Middle under education.
Yeah, it's an
Okay.
intelligence skill.
Okay. Ooh, that ain't good. 3.
What'd you roll?
3.
Oh,
So wait, you have a 0?
Well,
on
I
that?
have. I mean, if it's just my intelligence, because I don't have any levels in it. So if it's just my intelligence, add to that, then it's 9.
Oh, all right.
I didn't write anything in it because I didn't put any levels in it.
I was about to say, like, even I have a 5 in my library search.
Okay, so you got a 9, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you're able to find out about her makeup line is that she has a makeup line.
Okay.
You
it's pretty
find
much it's her
some-
name.
You know a couple of shops that they sell it at.
Mm-hmm.
You find some advertisements for it. Some YouTubers that do makeup tutorials putting it on, and
Mhm.
that's about all you got.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But
Mm.
great. Ultimately nothing. I'm so
So are
glad
you going
I
to
was-
buy some?
No.
Pretty Little Girl Wants Makeup. Is that why we pulled over?
Yeah,
Been
one thing
sitting
about Alex
here.
is she doesn't actually wear makeup. But that's also why she's got the chem skin.
Oh, that's right. You got the color changing. Yeah, what color is it now, shorty? I assume you're short. I don't care how you describe your character. You know how she looks in my head. You know exactly who she looks like in my head. Back up, my precious.
She was a solo.
Right, well, he told me he's like a street kid, female, like young. I'm like, all right, I don't.
He was a full-grown man. He had a
Bro, I almost spat all that. Almost died.
Yeah, don't do that.
He made me laugh while I was. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, okay. Unfortunately, well, that I just feel like I didn't learn anything from that. That was a waste of time, ultimately.
You guys like, hey, are you gonna go ahead and do some research on his girlfriend? You're like, I got you guys, and then just they're waiting on you, and for 3 hours you're just watching YouTube makeup tutorials.
Does it take?
So
2
what did you
hours?
find out? I was like, well, I found a great way to lay this foundation to put this foundation on. I don't know how well that works with the coloring I can go with, but
How long does it take to do a thing on the?
all depends honestly on how you ask, on who you ask. There's plenty of the ones who's a couple takes about like only 10 minutes, but they looked like shit. But then you had other ones that actually had to spend their time and go hours on it. Looked great, but who wants to spend hours in makeup?
Me and Dusty are just looking at each other, and she's going. Da, 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 da.
Yeah. It's like, what'd you find out? Well, there's this excellent technique that I'll tell you with this one brush that she promotes. It's not really part of her line, but everybody's using it and they're promoting it, so it must be a pretty good brush.
Can I use the data terminal to see if I can research Mario and
Sure.
see who his doctor is?
Sure.
I don't know if that would be public record.
It really,
Right,
I
it'd be
doubt
something.
would
It'd be something like TMZ. Here's him getting facelift. or something,
Okay. Give me a library search.
Which dice was that again?
10.
D10.
10.
The whole system is a D10 and damage is D6s.
All right, and my stat is a 5 in this skill. So, yeah, I rolled a 3 like Steve. 8.
You get caught up in old clips of him wrestling, but it's just like highlight reels.
Get it, Mario! This boy was the real deal back in the day.
In fact, he was the real deal last week. Fuck, look at this. Can you believe we went 8 instead of watching this?
Does the highlight reel have a clip of him breaking his leg?
No.
All right.
The highlight reel is just him winning.
All right. You guys
You're
see
probably
this
gonna
guy?
have
He's
to-
a monster.
Jack is very agitated.
To be honest, not really
Did you have-
excited to see him tonight.
Before
Yeah,
I
just
was-
been slowly eating kibble and staring at the dash.
It's like, what are these assholes doing out there?
Apparently, we're just sitting here watching YouTube.
He gets out of the car, finally walks up, and yeah, you're both just watching YouTube. It's like, aren't you supposed to be doing something?
What? We're researching.
It's hilarious. All right, I think the real problem is probably going to be getting into the nightclub. Is it like we said it's like an upper class, not upper class, but like it's upper middle class.
I remember it's called Club Charez.
See, that's snobby enough to be like not dirty, but not like not simple enough to be actually fancy.
I didn't even look up. I don't even know this club. What can I find out about this club?
Oh,
We're out of time.
God damn it!
back on the data terminal.
What YouTube
There's a
videos we
line
have?
of people now. Oh, check my Facebook.
Yeah, give me a library search.
All right. Ooh, that's a 16.
Oh wait, do we explode?
D10s once.
Oh, they explode once?
Yes.
Okay, hang on. 21.
God damn.
What's explode?
Oh, it's when the dice rolls maximum, you get to roll it again and add it up.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Kind of makes
I rolled
criticals really fun because you roll more dice, more fun.
There's also the inverse in this system.
Oh, that's right. If you roll a 1,
It explodes.
explodes downward. You roll
I guess
again
it
and subtract the
implodes.
result.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And then if you roll max, you can go back up.
Yeah, once.
Oh, just once.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Alright.
you can only explode once in this game. It's not unlimited. Or actually, no, you can't explode on this second one. Or like on negatives. You'll end up in a bad place. Yeah, so you know a lot about this nightclub. It
Okay.
is getting on the edge of like higher end. They tend to pride themselves on having a more upscale clientele. People wear like that very. You're not really getting in if you're not wearing like a suit or like a nice dress, and they've got a list.
Gotcha.
Like there's a list.
Suit, dress, and list entry.
Yeah. And it's one of those places that the bouncer is very discerning because he just gets to be.
Mm-hmm.
See, I was just saying this. There's no way we'll get into the club, and here we are. Dress.
I expected you guys to not think of that until you got to the bouncer.
I like how we rolled trash on the data terminal until it's like, oh, what's relevant to what I have written?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how long the club has been around, the name of the owner when he got announced, like several occasions that big occasions that have happened there as far as some occurrences.
It's because there's no makeup tutorials with this one, so I can't get
A
distracted.
list of celebrities who have been here and died.
Yeah.
How many have overdosed on the floor?
Number of shootings surprisingly low for a night city site like nightclub.
Everybody's too jacket.
Get ready to reset that incident. That incident report, you know what I'm saying?
They have a sign. They have a
0
sign
days
posting.
since a shooting.
Start of the time we go in starts off. It's like 70 days since the last shooting. It will be 0 by the time we're done.
Yeah, the bouncer's like, you guys are not well dressed enough. I'm like, I don't know, pulled out my gun.
So I started blasting
until I shoot someone.
Okay.
You also do have a decent understand. Like you were also able to dig up some records of basic layout of the club as well with that sort of role.
Okay.
Or at least they were a layout at some point.
Sneaky.
As there were some records of how maybe they're not entirely up to date, don't know, but we at least got some basis to work with.
Yeah, you got a good idea of the externals, what they've changed up on the inside or whatnot is
Right.
whatever.
Sneaky.
Okay.
Be sneaky.
Okay. We could sneak in.
What's the wait staff look like? Like, do they have live music? Do they have food?
So this particular club has several, 2 or 3 floors. Yeah, we'll say 3 floors.
Mm-hmm.
The base floor is a typical sort of nightclubby scene of loud music. There is a DJ. People dance around on there's a dance floor in the middle. Tables and booths. Second floor is more of champagne service, sort of pseudo VIP areas where you can have a private booth of nobody else is supposed to be going in there but you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit quieter up there with some sound dampeners and stuff like that. So it's not overpoweringly loud. You can talk, have a nice time, just chill out. And then the third floor is actually an upscale restaurant.
Okay.
That has a full glass floor. So you can kind of be looking down at the people in the club doing their thing as you're just having a nice meal and with quiet. And at that stage, there's really maybe just the slightest of bass up there.
Okay.
So it gives it that more it lets them pretend to be more upscale than they really are based on where they are in town.
Right. Okay. So if everyone has to be in a suit, if we sneak in, we're still going to stick out. So
How well dressed do we need to be specifically?
said
They
suit.
said a decent suit and dress and plus being on the list.
Oh, so there's no way we'll get in normally.
Mm-mm.
Unless we bribe the guy.
And look the part.
Well, if you're on the list, you can get in looking however you want.
Oh, okay, right. Or you have to at least, if you're not on the list, you at least got to look acceptable for the place.
Because you have to
we've
get
got
past
all day to get on the list.
Not anymore after 5 hours of YouTube.
5 hours. It felt like 10 minutes. Yeah, I know you assholes. I've been eating. I ran through 3 kibble bags. Your kibble bags, by the way. Thanks for that.
And my kibble dispenser is empty. In the glove box. Who keeps gloves in there? I wear my gloves.
This is a kibble box.
Take my gloves off. I'm known for never taking my gloves off. It's actually it's
So
It's actually a really big problem.
it's actually the only thing that anybody knows about my character. But, I put all my reputation points into that.
So you think? So that's why my glove box is full of kibble. So
Yeah, but yeah, like
anyway, I really want to get into this club now because it looks fun.
because yeah, they have a list, and like anybody on the list gets in. It's like the list of these people are allowed to get in, and then they do let other like people outside the list in. But it's one of those things of giant line. When you get up to the front, it's the bouncer being like just based off of looks and whatever he's hearing in his earpiece, just like either get the hell out of here, like okay. But it's a slightly upscale, so most people that go, like almost everybody that's going is going in like some form of a suit.
What
dressed up.
would I have to do to hack our names onto a list?
I don't know. You'd have to know what their network's like.
Oh, because it's not pen and paper.
I imagine most shit would
In my
probably
head,
just be
it
in
was-
it.
I don't know why. Yeah, it's a cyberpunk.
You think the guy's out there with a clipboard, 2 sheets of paper, and some Post-it notes?
Yeah, I figure he's probably got like the freaking like Star Trek Data Head shit.
Dusty cyberpunk pulls out pen and paper.
And you're the one who's against the idea. No, and you're the one who's against the idea of, oh yeah, no, like messages and telephones are all done with these like clockwork birds and shit.
That would be archaic.
Yeah.
My man's out there with a Dremel and a stone tablet. This doesn't make any sense. He's using modern tools to etch into the stone tablet.
What do you mean that list ain't in Sanskrit?
All right.
You've got like a self-warming jacket, and you take it off to do smoke signals to get your messages from across the city.
Nomads do hate technology.
So for cars are cool.
Well, yeah, but also they keep
Well,
their
cars are
pretty
classic
basic.
technology.
You ever been in a whirligig? That's fun. A little scary though, so I didn't want one of those. If that thing stalls, you don't just like end up on the side of the road.
I suppose,
Okay.
but you could say the same thing about if your brakes go out.
Right, yeah, if you're going too fast, you're just like, well,
Here we go.
What's this too fast of which you speak?
so insert that music where, Mario's sliding down the big slide in 64. Some meme music.
I don't remember that music. It's like I remember playing it so much, but there's so little of the music I actually remember. I remember always picking up the baby penguin and throwing him off the cliff edge.
Never had a 64. Outside of my wheelhouse.
There are no consequences in the game. Why not?
You do have to watch the mother go walk to the edge where you threw it off and
And go-
cry.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about it not being real.
It's the worst thing about Skyrim is you not being able to kill children.
Same thing.
And yet the dragons can come by and kill an NPC that you need to start a fucking quest. Or finish a fucking quest.
They always come in and kill the blacksmith, and I'm like, no! How am I supposed to do anything now?
You didn't max out smithing?
Exactly. That's
like,
what I
saying,
did.
Like, you can't, like, it's like the first time you get the white runs, they kill Alvor every time. Then I get to Riverwood.
All right.
But they'll kill the person who buys the wood. And it's like, I'm out of a job.
Now I'm pissed.
Now it's personal. You took my job.
That's what really got the Dragonborn on this quest to save the world. The dragons cost him his job.
He's just John Wicking it.
Killed my dog. Took my job.
Oh, as now I'm just thinking of the memes where they've had the whole thing of like, what was it? Yeah, Thanos, the Soul Stone, it's in that dog. Okay, I'm just gonna kill it and get it. Oh, fine, go ahead, do it. All right. Yes, I have all the stones. John Wick comes in. Hey, has anybody seen my dog?
Oh no.
Now, I know that meme. The worst part is there wasn't a stone in the dog. He just said, "Where's the last stone?" Though, and Tony's like, "In the dog," and then he blows up the dog. He's like, "Where's the stone?" And then that's when John Wick comes in. It's just, "That's my dog."
And John Wick does go for the head.
Oh yeah.
I think I've seen percentages of like all his kills. Like a lot of them are just headshots. Like a significant portion. Like when he's getting nameless goons, you know, pop around the corners.
I just hated that. Like the first John Wick film, I do think is like one of the like perfect action films.
Yes.
And then every film after that just gets
Worse.
significantly worse.
After the third John Wick, I'm like, I am so done with this franchise.
The
second one, I was already, I'm like, okay, this was kind of a nice revisit to it, but I'm not as, what the fuck is going on with all this? And then the third one, I'm just like, I'm so goddamn done, and they want to do more.
The third one, the choreography was so bad that you get to watch them do the thing that was really great that the first one didn't do, which is there's constantly, when he's in fist fights or like hand-to-handing people, that you get to see the goons in the background holding axes, rocking
Just
back and forth,
dancing back and forth.
waiting for their turn, like their cue. Whereas, like, in the first film, there's never that. There's super clever ways that he's moving around and, like, throwing a guy behind a corner to get away from a guy that's right over there. So there's never a guy just hitting
waiting.
him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time they get to the third, they're like, it's constantly happening. It's like, fuck, you've ruined this franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So what would Alex need to do to get familiar with it? Like, is this one of those ones where it's like I got to get to the building and get into its network?
You'd need to access a data terminal in the network.
Okay. Yeah, because unfortunately I have not read up on the whole net running stuff, so it's like that's gonna have to be guided through with what I can
It
find
sounds
out
like
about
you'd
that
have
stuff.
to be in the building, and then it'd be like, well, what's the point? Like once you get in, they're not checking.
Well, he's just said I had to be at a data terminal in the network. Well, how wide is the network of the building?
Oh, I guess I thought it meant like, you know, their personal network, like you know how you'd have a Wi-Fi network in your house. You have to be like plugged into one of their personal.
Because I just know I know that I have to still be close with my targets to still hack shit. I can't, like, as he explained long ago in this one, it's not like I can sit somewhere safe and remote hack places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to stay within a certain range of the of a data point.
Okay.
So let's see, page 1.
Yeah, because it's almost like this part of the plan. Basically, I'd have to be like, well, before we go in, I have to like get in there. Hang on, let me see if I can hack in and add our names to a list, and then we go in, sort of the thing.
Yeah, so you'll have to get within 6 meters of something that's connected to their data network.
Okay. And I have to stake out the club in order to find out if there's anything that's viable for that. Well, that's my contribution plan of how we can get in. Is to get the only way we can get in without spending a whole bunch of money on clothes is for me to try and hack our names onto a list.
I was just gonna ask the guy, the bouncer, really nice. Like,
I understand that you're cool. I don't think you're that cool.
We'll see. If we're the first ones in line, we could get a while to like talk to him too and be like, "Hey, so how you doing?" and then like maybe there's something that he needs done as a favor that would get us,
The club doesn't close.
The pastor never leaves.
Well, no, you're
Well,
just
it
like, what if we're
shifts.
the first person in line? It's like
The line is forever.
it's kind of a 24-hour club, or at least it's past whatever time it is in the morning.
All right, so let's
I guess
go.
they close for a few hours.
I guess we could go there now then.
I mean, I figured there's probably like slow times on there, but yeah,
I say we
well-
climb up the fire escape and go in through the roof.
I suppose that is an option if we can't do anything else, but that's all we got.
My
We still got to stake out the club.
my thinking is we could either all three of us try to sneak in just her, and then she hacks something and gets us on the list. So it's weighing the difficulty of those two options.
Right.
How sneaky are you?
I'm trying to see where my sneak is.
Never see me.
I mean, I have a little bit in stealth. All comes down to like I have a +8 to my roll for stealth, so not bad, not great.
Okay.
I mean, my best stats are honestly actually in,
Ooh,
oddly enough, conversation and tech.
I got 12 in stealth.
Oh, you are a sneaky bastard.
Yeah, I'm super sneaky. I mean, if that's what we're trying to do, be sneaky.
Well, we would need her to be
Well-
sneaky so that we could get on the list.
Well, as I said, we need to stake it. I say we should go to the club, stake it out, and see what our options are. See if there's anything outside that's in range that I can use to hack. Cool, we can use that. If not, then yes, I'm gonna have to get inside if we're gonna try the whole list name thing.
Okay. Well, you're
Or
at a
if we
kibble.
want to rely on,
Well, if we do good, we can eat at the restaurant.
Yeah.
If we get in there.
You can't
With
afford
what
anything at that
cash?
restaurant.
A what?
You can't afford anything at that restaurant.
Oh.
that's what I was gonna say. Like, what cash?
You think you're gonna roll in and be like, "Oh yeah, we'd like into the Red Robins, please." Like, that's not what's happening up there.
That's one of those things where it's like you'll look at an entree and it's like that's half my fucking rent.
I'll have the Pegasus wings.
What about the shrimp Alfredo? You can't even afford that, good sir.
Oh, jeez.
How do you know? I look at your jacket. I see this. No. In fact, who let you in here?
All right. So I guess we should make our way over there, and then is there some sort of roll for stakeout or observation, something?
It depends on what you're trying to do.
You would know best what you're looking for.
Yeah, so I guess I'd be looking for some kind of data, see if there's like a viable data terminal that's outside the club. What would that be, like an investigation to see if I find anything like that?
That's a good question.
I don't even see.
Well,
that on here.
on the right under social skills, there's sorry,
That's
it's all
interrogation.
It's either that or since what I'm technically looking for, there's electronics and security tech.
The only
That's
other
more
thing is-
breaking into something.
Okay.
Give me a
then the only-
basic tech.
basic tech.
So you guys will just like walk around a bit, and you're just trying to see if there's anything you can really plug into.
Right.
Should all of us make this roll?
No, just him.
Okay. Because I got a
It's 14.
At the back of the building, there is a camera that's covering the back door
Mm-hmm.
or one of the back doors. It might be connected to a net architecture for the building.
Okay.
It's about the best thing that you see around there.
Okay.
They're like walking around.
Okay. So.
Can I-
Okay, there's a camera, but
Oh yeah, do you have ranged, or do you have to like physically plug in?
that's my question. Because again, I didn't read much on. I hadn't really read on the.
So
net running. I know that I've got a cyber deck with a few programs on there, but for stuff.
So the way that net running works is you have to plug into something using one of your interface plugs,
Mm-hmm.
and they let you stay within 6 meters of it.
Right.
So technically, you've just
Unless
got,
I got something that extends the range on there, but I know I didn't get that.
So technically, you've just got sort of like a long cable that you plug into things,
Mm-hmm.
and as long as you can plug into something that's connected to a net architecture, that's how you function.
Okay.
Net architectures are things that are at like some sort of a network that's complex enough to actually have a net architecture.
Mm-hmm.
So a bunch of the stuff in the building might all be connected to things. So you'd be looking for something that's, say, connected to something like that.
Okay.
Or like a turret is something that's usually connected to a net architecture because, people would have it networked so that way they could control it remotely from like a different room, or like
Mhm.
security cameras are an often like big thing of something that you could hook into if you could get
That was one of the things I was going to ask him. Like, is there can I hook into this camera that I see? So
Yeah, that's why I was saying it's about
Okay.
the only thing that you see that has like a cable sort of thing that you could probably splice into.
okay, cool. So I guess I can try that then.
Little downside though, camera is 8 feet up.
Is this an alleyway?
Yes.
Because it's
Betting
watching the
on
back.
there being enough garbage around here that you could like pile.
That's what I was
stuff
just
up.
about to like. Look around. What kind of junk
Old
is
trash
there?
can mattress. You know what I'm saying? Like
It is also a camera. They're gonna see you shambling together a little staircase
just
of
stay
garbage.
underneath it. What's he doing? He's building something. They're climbing up to the camera. Oh, it just cut.
Does it look like he's plugging in?
Hey Joey, you want to go check this out?
Should we send anybody? Nah, it's fine.
It's fine.
No, we'll just wait behind the door with it. Like, Jesus.
Oh.
Do you have any programs written?
I have. Let's see here.
And what spells did you prepare?
So I've got a shield program, an eraser program, a banhammer program, a sword program,
She gave him the band hammer.
and a Vrisbolt.
So you don't
program?
have to put them on the list program.
No.
Sorry, then we're not going to get on the list.
No, there was no program specifically like that.
Put you on the list program.
Okay.
We'll either pile
Like,
up some
is there-
rubbish or you're going to have to stand on somebody's shoulders.
No.
I'll back my car up. You can stand on it.
Well, if we're causing a distraction,
You don't have to. Just have one ready because right now there's nobody to distract.
because the camera's
well,
on
there's the whole front end.
Yeah, but they're over there. They're not.
because I mean the camera it's not moving, is it? It's just like kind of
Oh, it can move.
It can move, but it's like, does it? Like, do I see it? Like, does it move on a pattern, or is it one that's more just like it mostly is just fixed, is looking at one location?
It's currently just stationary on the door, but you can tell by the sides, like by the mount that it's on, that it can move.
Okay.
But yeah, it's mostly just looking at that back door of the club.
Okay.
Hell, and if you can't hack it, just turn it away from the door.
If even just for a brief moment.
They'll
And,
just
and then what? You'll just big knuckle punch the door open?
I think I've got lockpicks and stuff. I got.
Do you?
Okay. So
Just so happens the security officer right behind that door.
just gets hit in the head with the door when you do it. Yeah, so we can either move some junk under the camera for me to get in there, or someone's gonna have to give me a boost.
Is there a nearby dumpster? Wheel over.
Hold on, I'm still thinking about the whole distraction thing. What if
What?
you have a car? Is the entrance like street side? Like our car is pulling up and dropping people off?
Yes.
And, okay. What if me and her went into the alley and figured out a way to shamble her up there to hack in? And while we're doing that, since you're so cool and so talkative, you could like pull up and park and get into like a misunderstanding about where to park your car. Because you're not trying to drop off, you're trying to park and go in. And he can be like, no, you can't park here. He's like, what do you mean you can't park here?
I'm handing my keys to the bouncer. I'm like, hey, valet, park it.
Yeah. And if you cause enough of a fuss, then whoever may be looking at the cameras would be looking up there.
That's not a bad idea.
Maybe.
It's more of an idea than I got.
I mean, it sounds cool if we need a distraction. I
really like the idea that we found out that's your stat, and you just use that word as much as possible for the rest of it. It's your catchphrase word.
I walk in, I'm
That'd
like,
be cool.
He's just a cool cat.
I just told him a number. 8.
Hey, all you
Everybody's
cool
like,
kittens.
oh, hey, that is 8.
It's like, ooh, he's cool.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
You see they found her husband?
They did?
Yeah. Apparently
What?
in fucking
He's alive?
Down.
Wow.
I forget where it was, but it was somewhere I think in South America they found him.
I bet they
He just fucked off.
I bet she just paid an actor to claim to be him.
Yeah, it's like, he claimed to it. Can we get a picture of this guy who claimed to be him? And can we get pictures of her husband?
Because it would be like the interesting thing is that he fucked off for so long that she took all his money and then took all that money away from his own children and just has never said a thing and showed up and been like, yeah, that's my money.
I'll be honest, I've forgotten 90% of that Tiger King shit. It was
I only know from everything else because I never watched it. I just know how much all the crazy shit blew up in the meme
So
culture
she
of it.
didn't feed her husband to a tiger?
I doubt it.
Well, supposedly she not because they found him.
But if they found him, that means she loses all of her money and her whole sanctuary.
Does it?
Yes.
How old is Jimmy Hoffa?
Because all the money
alive?
that she used is his.
From his
Who's
inheritance.
Jimmy Hoffa just showed up out of nowhere?
Because also his will, which had gotten changed after he disappeared and doesn't have his original lawyer's signature on it, then had a clause in it that said, if I disappear or die,
Then it's all.
then everything goes to this lady who I've been married to for like a year.
Mhm.
Fuck Carol Baskin.
Fed her husband to a tiger. Snap.
Okay. So is that the tentative plan? I guess.
It's a good idea to work with because I'm not coming up with anything myself.
You don't think you can jack in without being caught on camera? You know what I'm saying? Like you can't plug in from the back of the camera.
If it's attached to
I don't
a
know what
wall,
the networks
it's
works,
gonna...
but I'm also having to do this elevated. It's a little awkward.
It's almost like they thought about people like you out here
Uh
for more than 2 seconds.
Okay.
I mean, in general, it's usually just good practice to not let your security cameras have easy access.
Be within arm's reach of it.
Okay. All right. Can you reach to the camera?
It's 8 feet off the ground.
That's it. I
That's
need a
what I'm saying.
boost.
You got to reach it up first.
And he's got to get within 6 feet of it after
Yeah.
jacking in. Or like stay within 6 feet of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you figure that part out first before I go do anything.
Well, it would either be her jumping onto my shoulder somehow or us shambling trash together. Which, if we can see the alley, we can make a kind of plan of like, okay, put this box here, put this can on top of that.
And then what? If we do it that way, that at least frees you up to be a lookout.
Yeah.
So
If you're able to jack in and change your names, then we just get you back down and then walk around the corner.
mm-hmm.
And he suddenly understands what the bouncer is saying. He's like, oh, okay. And you go park your car where the fuck ever you're supposed to and walk back. And we're on the list now.
All
He'd be a little
how long
annoyed
do you
at-
think-
A
I don't
little
know.
annoyed
Do we
at
need to roll
you.
something to put to construct to see how well we construct a trash tower?
Tower trash.
Is something stable enough for me to stay on while I do this?
Well, it would be building a trash tower or standing on my shoulders.
Well, what are you going with here?
Well, I guess it depends. If there is a dumpster or something nearby, then that makes it. easier.
Okay, yeah. What do we have to work with nearby?
Is that a roll for how you choose?
There's not a ton of like debris in this particular alleyway. The dumpsters are down the alley a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's just like a row of like 6 or 7 of them
Okay.
that everybody from this little block seems to like walk through their back portions and then have to walk their shit down to.
Okay.
So I mean, there's some boxes and some like there's a couple of milk crates over by like the door of the place, but
Mm-hmm.
there's not like piles of trash bags or anything, and like the dumpster isn't like right off to the side of the door out there. It's
Right.
down a little ways.
Okay. Hmm.
How many milk crates?
2.
Just 2.
Yeah, and they're just boxes that are like milk crate style or whatever.
I was going to say, because if we have, say, 3 milk crates, like, if they're like grocery store milk crates, you can stack those in a certain way that they're not going to break.
Mm-hmm.
But 2, I don't think will help.
It's like
Just
2
stack 'em
might
up.
get me like, huh?
Stack them up and see.
Well, we only get 1 shot. We can't sit there and play Jenga. Is there anything above where the camera's at? Like, is there because I have rope in my pack. So I'm trying to think if there's
If
any...
there's like a fire escape or something.
Yeah,
or
something.
Maybe
just a
something to
pipe that
hang
hangs
from.
out.
Mm-hmm.
Not on this side of the building.
Who wants to scale the building?
Yeah, and if not on this side of the building, yeah, it's going to be too complicated to get down from that far of the roof. So, let's see.
If I was holding her up, would I have to make athletics checks?
Body checks, yeah. Or at least
Which
just one.
Probably I'd say at least the one to start it just to hoist up.
Or I
body
guess
is all around,
athletics.
so-
Well, no, athletics is more of a. Damn.
That's the only one that endurance maybe in body.
Not or yeah, I could just see what he said, like a straight body check, but
Body check.
Oh yeah, body just go. Okay.
Like it's at least a body.
thing.
Let me take a quick look at what athletics, because athletics is a dex thing. So I'm
but they don't
thinking-
really have anything that's a strength based.
Not really.
Because everything that's in the body skills doesn't use body at all. They use like dex or willpower.
Yeah,
His body
even
is more like Constitution.
even in like fighting, brawling is dex. Seems like
Okay,
anything
yeah.
criminal.
athletics will be fine. It covers lifting and stuff like that. So yeah, you could do an athletics check to and how tall is your character?
She's probably like 5'4".
And not chubby.
No, not chubby.
How big is
She's-
what's your guys' body?
Body?
Yeah.
5.
7 actually. She's
You're a
stocky.
fucking big bitch.
She's never
wait.
mind.
Is
She's a
that, is
stocky.
that volume? Are you sure it's not just fitness, or is like so that number doesn't mean she's?
I'm more
toned?
just like it's.
Well, it would be
'cause
muscle
she-
too, wouldn't it?
It is
Yeah, so she's like a heavily toned bitch. She grew up in a war zone.
Wait,
like
she's beefy, is what you're saying.
Well, tone doesn't necessarily mean heavy.
That's what I'm saying. Well, that's what he was saying. Heavy, right? Like,
Muscles heavier.
how
than-
heavy is she, Jake? Does she have a thigh gap?
And so if we can figure out the fucking logistics of it, I could try to pick you up before we go back there and see if
Mhm.
it's even worth trying.
All right, so
Right.
we go a block away, and we're like, and we pull out, and we're like, all right, lift her. Can you lift her? How hard is it to
Can
lift?
you do? It's like, can you reenact Dirty Dancing?
She's like, I was a cheerleader once.
once, yeah. Well, so body literally is your size, toughness, and general ability to stay alive due
Oh,
to your
okay, so
physical
she's-
mass and structure.
Okay,
Oh,
so
wow,
never mind.
so,
She
a
is
big
just
body
she is a
number
tall
a
girl.
big-
So she's
you-
just a
Wait, what's your body number?
7.
7.
God damn!
You're
Never mind.
you're bigger than the guy trying to lift you. Is what's happening.
Yeah. Okay. So never mind. Yeah.
Well, he
so
could
she's a
try.
taller girl. Yeah.
But it's not like a
So I'm
Oh.
a 5. You said you're a 5.
Yeah.
yeah. So she's just stacked bigger than both of you. I'm a dainty queen.
You're supposed to be my little waifu, and now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's something I tried to explain to Kat when she was like, "Oh, I want to build a solo." I was like, "Well, what kind of solo are you building?" She's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Well, there's 2 types. There's ones that are small and fast enough that they basically dodge bullets, or you're so big and beefy that when a bullet hits you, you don't give a fuck."
I like the idea of someone like new coming into the crew and being like, "So what do you do?" "I'm the hacker."
Oh shit!
It's like, "Oh man, what kind of gun do you carry around?" No, like SMG, full auto, like just like, because I mean, obviously, like you're a solo, right? It's like, no. What do you do? Net run. You what? I thought you all were like super fast and nimble and sneaking in and out of places. Like, I sneak.
My world is upside down right now.
God damn.
It's just
So, like, that-
It's
I'm
making
the
me think
sneaky
back
one.
to It's making me think back to the first D&D character I played with you, or that you had played when I joined you guys, Flatfoot,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Goliath rogue.
Yeah, he wanted to be a rogue so bad, and he just couldn't. It didn't help that I built him for how he should have been built, which is he found out about rogue stuff late in life, like mid Goliath life. So he had no dex. I think I actually had a -1 in dex, and then he had like a +4 in strength. But he tried.
It's like he quit being a barbarian.
He did. He literally just quit being a barbarian and was like, "I'm a rogue now because that looks like some cool shit." That like how athletic, how expertise do you have to do that? I'll take that challenge. But most of his lockpicking was punching through doors.
Mm.
Almost have it. Ah.
he would try the lockpick, it wouldn't work, and then he would like wait for make a perception check to wait until nobody was looking, and then just
I got the knock.
Stealth.
yeah.
I am the knight.
Stealthy.
So was he like Kronk doing his theme music?
Oh yeah. Sometimes. Yeah, he died because our fighter jumped through a spinning blade.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he was like, "Oh well, you made it. I bet I could make it."
Oh yeah, because she had obviously he was more dexterous than that person who uses a shield, so he jumped through.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he jumped through twice because he made it the first time.
Not the second time.
He didn't. No.
Dude, he just was like missed. He's like, "Oh, he come back the tank." Because I just waited on the one side because they just went over there to get some treasure and come back.
Yeah, there was nothing of worth over there.
Yeah.
And he was just like, ring! Like, and I was just painted.
And only then did everybody think, let's find a way to turn this off.
Well, you guys were like, attack the trap by just jumping through
Yeah,
it.
we didn't even look for 2 seconds at how to.
Well,
turn the
that's
thing.
mostly because Meridian was just like, I'm just gonna jump through the fan. Okay.
She crits all the time anyway.
Well,
so.
well, yeah, because she would keep, hitting her dice app until it got a 20, and then would say, "I rolled a 20." I mean, kind of got away with it when she was dating the DM. So,
So how are we gonna?
but
pick
yeah,
this
no, so
big
now
bitch
I'm
up?
imagining, because now I'm imagining like 2 average-sized guys and She-Hulk.
Wait, does that? So how tall is she then?
Maybe she's just short and chunky.
She's a dwarf.
Remember that idea I had when we started the game, and I was like, I should do a net runner who's like fat and chunky. It's like, it's a good idea. I don't want to make him think I stole his idea, though. I better gender bend it.
That was a thing, Dusty, as soon as he was like, oh, I just want to sit in a bathtub and eat Cheetos while everybody else does the mission, which in Cyberpunk 2020 used to be a thing. You your netrunner didn't have to be anywhere near you. So you would get a guy who's like, oh yeah, I'm a 300-pound guy. I lay in a bath of ice to do my net running. I've surrounded my bathtub with auto turrets. And that's what I do for the mission, guys. Like, I net run when you need me, which takes like 2 hours for me to do something simple for you guys of real life time, while you guys can't do anything.
Just me and the top guy.
Yeah. Well, you guys aren't allowed to do anything because, well, this is technically happening in like less than a second for you.
Yeah, that's what you tell all the other players. All right, you guys just go have a meal. We'll be
Go make a Taco Bell run real quick. I'll sit here with him and get this shit figured out.
Guys, I need your help. I need the whole team together. What do you guys need? I need you guys to go get me some ice and bring it and put it in my tub. Go to the store and get your... I'm not leaving this tub. Go get me some ice. And some Doritos.
Steve! What?
Bathroom! Such a legendary episode of South Park.
Oh.
Sometimes
Okay.
they're a little too real.
I've got another idea. So,
A step ladder?
where
I
would
don't think
we
anybody
get
has a step ladder. Do you have a step ladder in your car?
No, maybe the back seat comes out and you can like I said, I can just pull the car up.
Like,
Just stand on the roof.
I'm gonna be honest, you guys got like 4 hours.
Oh,
At least.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
like,
I
you
know.
guys could go somewhere.
Like, it's still midday.
Yeah,
This
we don't
guy
have to
doesn't
do
show
this.
up
Yeah,
until the
true.
evening. Like,
Maybe.
you got
Ladders
time
are
to try to figure
expensive.
something out. Yeah, you guys are like, what's in this direct? Like, what's only in this alleyway? It's like, not a ton, I guess. It's like, fuck, there's no way we'd ever by 8 o'clock be able to get up there.
You know what? I'm gonna go get one of those dumpsters. It's on wheels, right? It's down the alley.
No.
Oh, it's not on wheels?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's just one that some
dumpsters
truck
are
will
on
come
wheels.
by and just pick it up, basically.
None of
Okay.
those 7 dumpsters at the end of the alley have wheels.
Okay, I was thinking,
No.
especially because they were in a row, I was like, oh.
In fact, I'll tell you what, most dumpsters in Night City ain't got wheels.
Okay.
Because if they did, some dudes would just come and steal it for a house.
That is true. I mean, hell, we live.
in
Yeah.
Night City.
I mean, what do you expect? We live out of shipping containers.
Yeah.
So.
Right, I got a cardboard box on my back, and I'm like, ooh, free dumpster. And I just drop my cardboard box, and I crawl to the dumpster, crawl away. Upgrade.
They learned their lesson a long time ago
Level up.
about putting wheels on shit in a town where nobody has
Everybody
anything.
steals everything.
Yeah.
Dude, if you cut like a hole in the floor of the dumpster for like enough room for you to kick,
Flintstones your house.
Yeah, your Fred Flintstone your dumpster around.
I push Mongo on my dumpster.
Dude, your fucking leg muscles would have to be in just 1 foot. Whoosh.
Steve can do it.
Oh,
He's
no,
got
it's the
7.
buns.
Steve's got 7 body. He can push that thing, no problem. He got you.
My home is mobile.
Alex has legs for days.
Dude, I saw a picture of a guy getting arrested at Planet Fitness the other day, and it was like, nah, he skipped leg day. That's what happens.
I saw a thing the other day of like there's this I can't remember what the fuck his name is. There's some guy who's famous for running right now, and like he's been on Joe Rogan's podcast and a few other things, and he's got like his Twitter and Instagram, and he's always like being real hard is his thing, and he's like he's super cut, but he's like, what are you guys complaining about being overweight, blah blah, just get out there and fucking run, just run. You what? Oh, your legs are hurting? That's the bitch in you. You just gotta run. The dude runs like 100 miles a week. And his girlfriend, apparently, like, I guess recently, posted a picture of his feet to her Instagram.
Of his
God.
feet?
His feet.
Okay.
He's got 3 toenails to his name. Pretty much all of them have fallen off. His big toes are like they basically look like a toe and a half because it looks like they're slightly swollen,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get to the inner part where there's just an extra half toe worth of skin out of nowhere, and like he's got 3 toenails. The rest are just either gnarled off or like black or like just scaled over,
Oh my god.
and it all makes sense when you go back and look at like interviews he's done with like Joe Rogan where he's like, oh yeah, I broke my foot at one point from running, and then there was an ultra marathon in Hawaii that I had to go and do, which is 125 miles, and it's mostly up hills nearly the whole way in the mountains, and only 4 dudes finished that year. I was one of those dudes, and I started running on that broken foot, but I wasn't no bitch. I just kept going. And then you're like, all right, you have a mental illness, my friend.
Yeah.
And then you see his feet, and you're like, oh, and you're still running like that? He's like, I ain't stopping. I was like, all right.
One day, just
Oh,
him and
God.
his nubs. Straight stubs on his
He's gonna
ankles.
evolve into Tink Tink.
God dang.
That or eventually he's just going to replace his feet with those what are those freaking like curved
Yeah, that's
That's what he's
saying.
talking. That's what he's talking
Tink
about.
Yeah. Oh,
Think
that's what those are called? Okay.
Well,
Well,
Or
it's,
that's
it's a
not-
Cat Williams skit.
Oh, I've never heard. Okay. I've not actually.
Yeah, he's talking about he saw some like Olympic runner or something that had
Uh-huh.
2, and
Yeah.
so he's bouncing back and forth, going tink, 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 tink.
Yeah, dude was breaking records, made it into the regular Olympics. No legs. But his wife did cheat on him. And he did get arrested for like pulling a gun on her. Because I think she was like trying to steal his shit.
What?
Mm,
What
I
are
know-
we supposed to take away from that?
I know about that guy from 2
She's
things.
cheating that he's pulling a gun, that an amputee is pulling a gun on his wife who's cheating on him and trying to steal from him. I'm not sure what to think about
At least
I
I
don't
think-
think
I-
the amputee bit is relevant at that point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think that's. I don't think he pulled the gun because he was an amputee.
No. I said, I'm more onto the idea of the fact that she's cheating on and stealing from an amputee.
Which makes it worse? Are you supposed to pity them, or what do you mean?
Don't you pity him? He doesn't need your pity.
He's differently abled.
Yeah.
The two reasons I know about Tink Tink are the Cat Williams skit, and when he was popular around that same time, there was a meme floating around of, I think it was a picture of him, like, winning or something, and it was like, what's your excuse? And then under it, it was just some regular dudes like, my legs hurt.
Yep.
He's like, I can run for days and my ankles and feet never get sore.
Yeah.
I wish I had springs on my feet.
You've got cybernetics, you asshole. This dude was living cyberpunk back in 2004.
No, watch him get beat by one of the people who are amputated at the knee instead of the ankle.
No, this guy was at the knee.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll take it to the next. Can you go?
What, at the hip?
Can you go from the hip?
So there is a rally car circuit that is veterans who are all amputees, or at least there were a couple of teams in rally sports that were like that, and they were all like, you had to basically be missing at least 2 limbs to be in this circuit. And I remember watching
It costs an arm and a leg to be in this.
It does. It does. Like,
Wait, you lost an arm for your country, and they're like, no, you're not hardcore enough for this racing. Oh my.
Sorry, guy, you're gonna need to get into an accident.
There was a whole Top Gear episode just like following these guys like through their circuit, and then you watch this guy who's got like one arm of, like, that was amputated like at the elbow, trying to drive with like 2 fake legs in his chin. And it's like I said, it's rally racing, so it's not like NASCAR, like, oh, left turn. No, you're going through the woods at 100 miles an hour on dirt roads, swerving around and drifting. And they were talking about like they had found some health experts, and they were doing the math, and they're like, if every limb you're missing, you're essentially spending twice the amount of calories as a normal person per limb to do normal actions. Mm-hmm. So like these dudes by the end of a race are like passing out. It's just so much energy to try to do what they're doing.
Yeah, because they're like, I will not be denied.
And most of their like crews were also like wounded vets who were like missing an arm or something. So you got guys doing tire changes with one arm.
The slowest pit crews of all time.
You would think that they were pretty fucking quick.
They come bouncing out there on their tits.
Dude, they were way quicker than that car than I ever could have been.
Choo, 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 choo. The guy who like fills up the gas, his hands are the gas. You know what I'm saying?
They look like My Hero characters.
My leg is the jack.
I'm just imagining a guy with no arms. Like when the guy drills off the fucking nuts on the wheel, having to go in with his teeth and grab the nuts.
Have you seen fucking like Windex Headman?
Windex Headman?
Yeah,
what?
like the aerosol spray bottles. In My Hero, in one of the background shots, his head is just the Windex fucking spray
I
thing.
don't remember this guy.
And I just imagine that guy being like, I got the windshield.
He has to work at a window washing place. It's his destiny.
What about the kid whose head is a clothespin?
Wait, do we know it's a dude?
It's a Windex bottle.
He's just hanging out back there. He's living his best life. How shitty does that have to be, though? Like, if you're living in a world where, like, superpowers are that popular and, like, big of a thing, and, like, there are academies that you go to if you're a big super, but then you end up with one of those crazy mutations there's no hiding it.
Yeah.
There's no hiding it, and there's ultimately also, like, no real use to it.
Not even that there's no use. Just, if you've got a fucked up head because of your genetics, and if you're just a guy who's like, well, I always liked dentistry. Like, no, nobody is going to accept that.
For you.
Yeah.
No, you're a squirt bottle.
That's just making me think of like the doctors that we had just seen. Because like in the recent episode, like 2 of the doctors, there's one that looks like Yoshi and one that looks like Toad from fucking Mario.
That's actually one later on in the manga. I think they're up to it.
That's
anime.
They did actually just aired that one in the anime.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about My Hero?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The doctor was like Toad, and I was like, "Is that Toad?"
And later we're like, "Is that Yoshi?"
Are you the Yoshi? Yeah, we did the thing.
Yes, I'm a green fucking dinosaur.
So, are you guys reaching the camera?
Not with what we got here, so we can probably, since we got time.
Go get anything.
We're gonna say.
We're gonna drive around town until we see.
Hold on.
So
Especially because
We're gonna say we've been brainstorming, and no one in particular says, "Hey, let's go get a ladder."
It's like, we got some time. Let's just get a ladder.
I love that even earlier, Will was like, man, only 2 milk crates. If we had 3, this would be fine. I'm like, all right.
Well, we're in the mindset of like,
in the middle of the day. All right.
I was under the understanding.
You guys just talked about earlier, like, we spent like an hour or 2 at the data terminals, and I was like, oh yeah, 4 hours. You guys like, it really didn't take that long, dude. I was like, well, no. It's like, you got plenty of time, and you're like, well, let's go check out the nightclub, I guess. And as soon as you get there, you're like, it's obviously 6 p.m.
I was under the impression we had wasted enough time and that there was already a line. We were out of time.
There's always going to be a line, is what he said.
Yeah, like, well, so it's not 24 hours. I was going a little too far with that, but like, it's not open at like 8 in the morning. But by the time you guys had collected yourselves enough to go over there, it was already like, it's open.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anybody know a guy with a ladder?
Is there a Dollar General around here?
Dollar General? I'm pretty sure there's a 10 General at least.
I feel like they're pretty expensive. Can I like ask a family member to borrow a ladder, and I'll be like, I'll bring it back later.
Dusty, you want somebody from your family
to lend me a ladder for the day?
You're a nomad.
All the way.
No, I have a car. I can drive.
So you're gonna drive
all the way. Fine.
All the way
outside the city.
Outside the city to wherever your pack is at, doing whatever they're doing, to grab a ladder and then drive all the way back.
How long? How far away are we talking here?
Depends on what your family's doing at the time.
It's like 5 or 10 minutes in the game.
This is not. This is not like a video game where you can just like whistle up and all of a sudden the shit appears just off.
Nomads are all over the city, man.
Yeah, but it's your family.
I don't know.
So like, yeah, you can call on your family for certain things. If you want to call them up and try to figure out where they're at, we can see how close they are and see if somebody has a ladder.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if I have a bunch of junk in my place, would I have a ladder?
I have junk
like
in my place.
a step ladder?
Is that a thing people have at home? Wait, who's short?
She's short.
No.
Obviously, she is not short.
Like
She's
5'4",
taller than I
right?
expected.
The taller you are, the less of a jump up you need.
I'm just saying the shortest
that's what I
character
figure,
probably
probably
has
just
a step ladder in their house for when they change light bulbs and stuff.
Yeah, so Alex obviously does not need a step ladder.
He thought she did.
I thought until I realized, that's what body is. Okay, never mind. She's a tall girl.
That's a huge bitch.
It's a lot of woman.
God damn. Let's. How much does general goods cost?
Will you working tonight?
Yeah.
Oh. How much time you got?
I think we'll have time to get into the club and maybe do some more.
Okay. Which theme are you doing?
That's Powerpuff Girls.
Okay, I was really hoping. I'm hoping that's what I'm thinking, and I'm not mixing it with something else.
So it depends on what you guys want. Seeing as you guys are going around a few places, we'll say that there's a couple of vending machines or vending machines or whatever you want.
Vending machines that
For
give out ladders.
They cover just about anything you can think of half the time.
I was just trying to think that it's either got to be a huge vending machine or very compacted and compartmentalized ladders.
Be a corkscrew that turns slowly, and the ladder gets stuck. It doesn't fall through the chute because it's a ladder.
All right, you guys don't want it. All right, then no ladders. It's up to you. It's either you can get it from a vending machine that you've driven around enough to find, or you're not getting a fucking ladder. Because you're not going to know Ladders RS, I'll tell you that.
Oh, God. Oh. I'm sorry, we're dying here laughing and you think we don't love this idea?
No, I can definitely see a different design of work. I'm just saying that one will be funny.
I mean, what do you expect? They've got cremation vending machine services, basically.
Because in my head, I'm trying to open the flap, but it's just hitting the ladder.
No, it's more comical than that. It's like a normally sized vending machine. You see the ladder on the post. You're like, not even ladder. Fuck it. Buy it. Then it just opens the slot to the side a little bit, and you start pulling out the box, and then you just keep pulling out the box. You're like, what the fuck? Yeah. How is this working?
Is this some Time Lord tech or something? Is it bigger on the inside?
Yeah.
Pick your ladder size. 4, 6, 8.
I gotta remember how the luck stat works.
Luck?
The luck stat?
I'm fairly lucky.
Oh, is luck a number 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Just like cool.
Oh, dude, I'm 8 lucky.
Oh, you're just above me. I'm 7.
I'm so super lucky. What
I'm
can we
7
do with
lucky.
our luck points? Because we can spend them, right?
You can. That's what I'm trying to remember.
Right.
And what I'm looking at real quick.
So I wonder if it's on one of these pages.
Probably.
It's all about fighting. Trauma team.
Okay, found it. So luck is exactly what I thought it was before. We should have probably brought this up before. So your luck is a per session stat.
Okay.
Oh, is it like refreshing like fate points or something?
It refreshes, yeah.
Right.
But before you make a check, you can dedicate as much of your luck as you want to it.
Okay.
Ooh.
And
straight
then
like 1-for-1 bonus.
1 for 1.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Interesting.
But it does take away from your pool.
Right. But it refreshes every session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Add bonuses to your rolls.
That's not bad.
Is that before or after you roll the dice?
It's before.
Before.
Okay.
It's always before. But I'm also going to use it in the way that you used to use the old luck system. So who's buying the ladder?
I'll buy the ladder.
Okay, roll me up a luck.
That's a 10.
Yeah. What's your luck?
6.
Okay, roll me a d10.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
That was a 1.
So 7?
My dice was like, who is this? I don't know you.
You're lucky this wasn't a regular skill check.
Show me some of them luck points we talked about.
No, that would have wasted them.
Oh.
So, okay, so I wasn't doing a normal skill check. I was doing my own little thing.
Mm-hmm.
In a normal skill check scenario, so say that was like your will against something, you would have rolled that die again. Whatever that die rolled that time gets subtracted
Right.
from whatever stat, or like for the whole check.
Mm.
So if your will was like a 4, and then you rolled a 5, you'd be at like, oh, -1 for whatever this check was, and then you get to deal with whatever the repercussions were.
Okay.
Luckily, I wasn't doing anything like that. But you guys do find a vending machine driving around looking for a vending machine that has a ladder, and it's only 10 credits.
Okay.
All right.
What a steal!
Which seems pretty cheap, but goddamn. Huh.
Dude, get 2 for that price.
I'm about to get 5 because I'm betting they're gonna break.
It could
Stand
be
on
cheap.
this pile of
Pile of wax.
Just lay them on their side.
That's my
Players
bad.
always coming up with the most ridiculous and complicated solutions to simple problems.
Can I get a dimension on the ladder in case I've got to ramshackle it together?
Oh, I mean, there's only one in the vending machine.
Son of a bitch!
There's only one, and it's only 10 credits.
Yeah, it's 10 credits. It's a 5
That's a
ladder.
terrible vending machine.
I walk up to the vending machine. I look at it. Sparkle in my eye. This will work perfectly. Grabs vending machine.
You know, if you had brought somebody with a huge amount of strength, maybe a solo of sorts, who could carry such a thing.
Well, my net runner happens to be a big bitch.
What? I don't have any arguments against that. Maybe she can just fucking carry the bitch.
Load it in the back, honey.
Oh, very possible.
You're
I mean,
almost as big as Cat Solo.
Okay, yeah, I totally underestimated what that skill meant when I took that array.
You're supposed to
Okay.
be more speed than anything, and you're
No,
like,
apparently
no.
no. She's much more. Hey, her defense of that, since that's also like Constitution, she can take a hit while she's running.
Why would I hide behind a desk when I could just take the bullets myself?
No need to harm this beautiful desk.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
If I can take the bullets, even better. God damn it, Steve. What is fucking wrong with you?
Okay, I bought.
I make the most odd
Are you
characters.
are you planning on multi-classing in solo?
No, I wasn't planning on it,
You might think about
but she could, possibly.
Might look into it.
I bought the ladder. On the good side, if it does break, I have duct tape, a tech tool, rope in my bag. I've got all kinds of shit.
Does it actually eject from the machine?
Well, it's exactly what I told you about before.
It's a 5-foot ladder.
It's a
Yep,
5-foot ladder that just kind of comes out.
5-foot ladder.
Yeah.
Damn it. We're putting a really cheap ladder into a really big bitch.
It's almost like it would have been a perfectly fine ladder for somebody else. Or really anyone else.
I would go ahead and preemptively tie rope and stuff around it.
Can I
Just go ahead and
inspect it?
reinforce this real quick.
Yeah, can I inspect it to see any weak points and take care of that?
Give me a basic tech. Also, Steve, I apologize. I had you make the wrong kind of check before for looking for a data terminal. It is
Oh.
your interface skill.
Oh,
That's for later.
Oh, we all kind of did that. Yeah.
So I've got a level 6 in tech.
But what'd you roll in tech?
4.
So so the way that it works is you take do you have levels in tech or just a stat in tech?
I have a stat and levels.
So you add all that plus your roll.
18.
Oh wow,
that's pretty good.
that sounds What? Yeah.
So
My tech's at 8.
Also, that's pretty normal.
Okay.
That's a professional level
Yeah, your stat being
Yeah.
8.
of understanding how things work. Yeah. Unless she stands real particular on it, you're definitely going to hold it.
Okay.
2, the rungs of that ladder really aren't made for more than like 140 pounds.
Okay. 1, can I fix any of it with what's on hand? 2,
And
are
she's
we out
probably
of
about like 170 pounds of like, muscle woman.
body of 7?
I mean, how much would a body 7 make it be?
I don't.
Is that how like? Yeah. Do we like?
I don't rightly know exactly how big that is. I just know it's fucking big.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would imagine 10 is like the Hulk.
Yeah. How does the game determine like your weight, or you just get to choose?
I don't think there's anything on your character sheet that specifically, here's how much I weigh.
Yeah, there really
It's
isn't.
usually like, here's your body, which the reason that they usually stick to that is because it's like, it gets bigger. Because people will be like, oh, let me get an alpha frame, which adds +2 to my body.
mm.
Why do you guys have to make me go through this sort of thing and show how little I know about this?
Well, I mean, we don't need a
Cyberpunk
specific
series.
number. We're just trying to figure out how to best.
I'm just trying to get a mental image of this.
So you're gonna try to reinforce it with some
Well,
rope and duct tape.
I mean,
if that's what I
your-
got, or if I
your
have
mental
time.
image is that like Cat Solo, who's a dude who's like 6'4" and built like a truck, has a body of 8.
Okay.
And that's average for a solo.
Okay, so my initial statement of She-Hulk was pretty accurate.
Probably.
You're just like one step below, yeah.
Just below.
Because so when it comes to stats in things for this game, it's a D10 system,
Mm-hmm.
and the max is 10.
So you're like an 18 in D&D. Like you got like an 18 strength, or
like an
Close
18
to.
constitution.
Like your constitution, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Because it's on the thing of like, when I say like 10 is like the best somebody is in the world at a thing,
Gotcha.
that's like the cap. Or well,
Okay.
for just a natural human. You could get to like 12 or 15 with a bunch of cybernetics, but at that point you're a tank.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like, oh yeah, if I have a 7 in Dex, it's like, oh, so you're one of those dudes that like butterfly knives are fucking nothing, and you're doing weird shit with your hands and all sorts of things. You go to an 8, you're doing even crazier David Blaine garbage.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Like at a 7 body, if you punch somebody, you're doing 3d6 of damage. Which is more than like some handguns.
wait a minute.
That is the same
That's-
as my handgun.
That's the same as my gun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I have the excellent hand. Like I got the upgraded handgun, which does
Yeah.
3d6,
Like,
which is what your fists.
A
do.
heavy pistol is the same as him brawling with someone.
I have the big knucks, and I do 2d6 with my fists.
Yeah, and this bitch can out grapple that.
You can outpunch me, and I have big rusty metal.
You've got cybernetically enhanced knuckles, and she can
a
outpunch you.
body of 7 to 10 does 3d6 of damage.
Growing up in a war
I'm a
zone, man.
hacker. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, growing up in a war zone, man.
Like, that's why as soon as you said 7, I'm like, you are fucking not.
I think I know who ate all the kibbles.
You're like, oh, I'm 5'4". It's like, I don't think you are at all.
It's like, do you know what height is? Sure. My mom always told me that I was a precious little princess.
What's your BMI? Oh,
It's
yeah.
like Dorio from the anime.
Huh?
Dorio.
Oh, probably, maybe.
Yeah,
About
right, but with net runs.
Like, but so yeah. Fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, it would also be another basic tech to try to patch it up or like adhere.
Right, like if you tie all the rungs together with rope, you can distribute the weight on any one of them throughout all of them. Maybe.
Okay. So
Unless you can think of another skill that might be applicable to it. But I for me, basic tech sounds right. But you could convince me to let you do another
Yeah, you
type
can
of
put
check.
those
Well, let me-
crates underneath it. For just like stack them up.
You've also got plenty of luck left.
In fact,
Um,
now that I understand what luck is, I'm like, I have 8 luck. So it's like, what?
You're like, wait a second,
Well,
I
wait-
know how to redneck engineer this better.
would it be a check once she stood on the ladder, or
So you've already done a check to try and figure out how sturdy this ladder is, and you did pretty well.
okay?
So at this point, yeah, no, like this would be just a check of you trying to make adjustments to the ladder to get it to the point that you think that she could more than well stand on, at least to the point that you estimate that she's going to stand on.
Okay.
Because you guys also know how high she has to get up to like plug into the thing and stay there. So it's
Okay.
not like she has to go up the whole 5-foot ladder, but
Yeah, and try
I just have
put
to be
your
able to-
feet on 2 different rungs.
Mhm.
so yeah, with like a basic tech skill, you're trying to like figure out some way of engineering things so that you're you're like, oh, maybe she
Don't
could
stab
stand on it
yourself.
now. But at this
Yeah,
point,
it's
you're trying to
sharp.
make you make yourself confident that she could be on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
7.
7
Plus.
7, 13, 21.
So you take a little bit of your duct tape, a little bit of rope, some random other garbage that you found in the street.
Probably like a bungee cord out of my trunk.
Some
Like,
scrap wood.
You rig up a couple of things, and you're like, this puppy is
Slaps it.
this
This
Slap
can hold
ladder.
so much bitch.
this will hold so much bitch up to the 5th rung. Don't go past that 5th rung, and I swear to God, if you put 2 feet on the same rung.
In fact, I might just lift you straight to the 2nd rung.
In fact, I'm gonna guide your heels. 1, 2, 1, 2.
We got the 2 milk crates stacked up underneath each other, wedged underneath the 3rd rung.
He did all this back where you bought the ladder.
I ripped the cord out of this vending machine.
It only had 1 letter left. It was useless now.
There's other things in the vending machine. There was only 1 ladder. All right.
I'm surprised we could fit anything else besides the ladder with how we drew that thing out.
Well, there's a couple of gotcha games,
It
some
could
toilet
hold
paper,
one
a couple of boiled eggs.
Ladders and Tamagotchis.
All it needs then is to sell underwear, and we're definitely in Japan.
That's immediately the vending machine to the right.
Yeah, like you're very confident up to like whatever rung that she needs to be at for sure that you've got it set.
Okay.
All right. So you guys have a ladder. Decent.
Cool.
So do you want me to cause a distraction while you climb said ladder?
I believe that's the plan. And then do I still need to hold the ladder?
I mean,
It wouldn't hurt.
you secured it to where you're pretty sure that it won't break on her, but
Assuming she doesn't fail some critical check she has to make to.
Yeah,
Like,
assuming you don't tell me that she's got to make an athletics check, and I roll like I roll.
Okay.
it's more of just would your character just watch somebody like climb up a ladder, or would they at least just like put a hand on it to help it not fall over?
Just steady it more.
If I'm near somebody on a ladder, I tend to hold it.
Okay. Well, I was just thinking in terms of like lookout, but I can be holding the ladder and still
You
going.
You're
keep your head on a
confident
swivel.
enough in the adjustments that you made to the ladder that it's
Is
not
Alex
just going to
wearing pants?
fall over.
Huh?
Is Alex wearing pants?
Yeah.
Like it's not going
Don't
to
make me a dirty old man.
Like,
You're
in
the
modern
one.
day, of course she's wearing pants.
You're the one who assumed you'd be dirty for holding a ladder for a lady. And what are you thinking you'd be doing at the bottom of that ladder? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I didn't bring up the pants question.
Just wanted to know what Alex was wearing.
So what are you wearing? Okay.
So, when are you guys attempting to pull off your big moment with the ladder?
Immediately.
Hold
because,
on.
like,
Would it be better with less people there or more people there?
Well, would it matter since
Probably-
there's apparently always people there?
Yeah, but there's still busy times and not. Like, we're probably still in.
I mean,
not at the
obviously,
moment.
would prefer there to be when there's less people.
Yeah, I think now is a good time, and then we can come back tonight, like when it's more. Because
Well, I mean, if we pull
Oh,
this
yeah, we're
off,
just
then of
putting-
course we come back.
because we're just putting our names on the list.
Yeah, that's all I need to do. I need to get in there and get our names on the list.
Okay.
So I dropped these two fools off in the alley, and they dragged their ladder down the alley. I imagine it's like it's open and all like strung up and stuff, so you can't necessarily close it anymore. It's like it's a full thing now. So you have to walk with it. Like,
All awkward and shit.
I mean, it's a one-piece ladder. There was never any folding of this ladder.
Yeah, it was just static
like
5-foot
a-
ladder.
like a- okay,
Mm-hmm.
not like a one. that
It's
you
not like
reach.
one that extends. No, it's just a
It's
single.
literally just a
straight.
set length ladder.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is why you guys were even more confused at the vending machine.
Did it come in a box or just like?
I mean, it came in a box, and the box was one piece as well, which was even weirder.
Which is still why I was doing the whole thing. I was like, is there some Time Lord technology with this, that with it being bigger on the inside? Other part of me was thinking, like, literally maybe it constructs it rung by rung as you're pulling it out.
Oh wow!
Maybe.
It folds out, tack welds it, pull it out. You're like, son.
But,
Okay, so you've got to make a scene. You've got to hack.
Mhm.
I'm probably looking around and half worried about holding the ladder.
All right. When you guys are in position, I'll pull up to the front here. I'm gonna pull up to the front of the club.
I think you need to start causing a distraction before we get in the view of the camera.
All right. So I pull up to the front of the club and do the thing.
do the thing. What's the thing?
The thing? Oh,
This is you get to describe you being cool and distracting.
Hey man, be cool.
you gotta be cool, man. I'm really cool.
Did
What would
Scarlett
you
put
do
those
for
two
that?
balls in her food?
It would probably be social
Acting?
skills.
They slow feed.
Acting.
I gotcha.
That would be cool.
Yeah, they just slow her down.
Persuasion.
I
That would also
gotcha.
be cool.
Is it? I think this is like an acting thing, isn't it?
Isn't acting persuasion? Like, isn't
That would be performance. Yeah, performance acting. So you're trying to put on some form of a show.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. Because
Okay.
we discussed the plan is I'm gonna pull up to the front of the club and be confused about where I'm parking or who the valet is, or because I'm definitely gonna get into this club. I just gotta park my car and get in line.
Yeah. You don't even get in
No,
line.
not even. No,
You
right,
park
yeah,
right
that's
in
what I'm
front
saying.
of the door.
That's what I. Those are my intentions, but you know, But,
So give me an acting check because you are trying to act a part.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out and act a fool, but I'm really cool about it, obviously, because I'm.
Act cool, fool.
And I got my flashy stuff on. Let's see. 9. Oh shit!
Fuck.
I'm assuming a 1.
So a -1, or is that a 0? How does this work?
You rolled a
I
1,
rolled
then
a
you rolled
1,
a
so
2.
then I rolled a 2, so it's -2, so
No.
0, -1.
So it's -1. What's your acting skill?
9.
You
So
put
you got
levels
an
into acting?
I have 1 level of acting and 8 in the stat.
Okay, so you got an 8. Yeah, you pull up your car. You get
This-
out, acting like you are the most important person
Oh, I'm hot shit.
who has ever came in here. You stop your car. The guy behind you is honking like a maniac.
Hey, get
You-
out of the way!
You try to walk up to the bouncer. Everybody who is already waiting in line does not let you anywhere near the bouncer. Pushes you away, even. And like they even move the line a little bit to keep your ass out of it. By the time that you even
damn it.
think about reformulating how you're approaching things, the guy who is stuck behind you in traffic has gotten out of his car and is now walking up screaming at you,
Another chance for a different kind of distraction.
trying to figure out who the fuck you think you are. Get out of the fucking road. It's a bit of a scene, but the bouncers don't even seem to have noticed you.
Fuck.
All right, what's going on with you guys? Then you up the ladder yet? So
I guess Alex will go up the ladder unless she has to do any kind of check to make sure if it's sturdy or anything. Otherwise,
no,
she's
I
just
think
gonna.
we did that.
Yeah, I mean,
No
he
more
kind of already
checking
I have
ladders.
reinforced that, so otherwise,
pre-instructed
like,
you on
yeah.
how to step.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, she's gonna get up there and plug in.
Okay.
Let me see here. Interface.
Real cool guy.
Oh, super cool.
Okay. So you jack into it.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that you run into is a killer.
Okay. I'm trying to remember if I had something. Yeah, 'cause you-
And I'm already on the
Oh,
page for
sorry.
that running.
Okay, got it. Just trying to remember the programs that I had gotten if I had things about for kids.
It's an anti-program black ice.
Oh, okay, Black Ice, gotcha. Okay, so I've got one thing for that.
But it is anti-program, so you might be able to do more about slipping by.
Oh, the slide.
It's less that and more that like it's an anti-program program.
Mm-hmm.
So it mostly focuses programs, less people.
Less on people. Okay. So would that be like a cloak ability then? That's right. Bottom right. Okay. Right. 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 Okay.
So it's an anti-program black ice. It's looking for programs. As your kind of
Since I wouldn't register as a program,
it doesn't really know like you notice it.
but it
It's
wouldn't.
not
It doesn't really
quite looking
see
at
me necessarily.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can
But if I perhaps did one of my programs, it would see that.
yes.
Gotcha.
So you see it and you
I
recognize
recognize
it.
what it is and what it's supposed to be there for. So I don't
Yeah.
want to. So I don't want to do any of the programs that's in my cyber deck. So
But you could potentially like if you want to try to move past it in the architecture, you can.
okay. Yeah, I'll try and move past that then.
Okay.
So
For you to try and understand what's going on, like the way that net running works is there's architectures that are built and they're usually like multi-leveled basically buildings.
Mhm.
and you're sort of moving through like the net runner is basically running through it with their VR goggles and programs and a few things, trying to like
Do you have your
sort their
goggles?
way through.
Yes, I do have my goggles. Cool.
And that's how the interface skill works. Is like she plugs in, she's got some VR goggles, she puts down, she starts running through some stuff on like a little like keypad on her wrist.
Mhm.
Programs that would hurt her do hurt her brain. So if you die in a net architecture, you're just dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll be brain dead.
Yeah, like you just fucking fall catatonic.
If she falls limp off the ladder, call me and we'll take off.
That's when Will's like, I didn't build it for that.
The cop,
I
she's
built it
gonna
to
roll.
I built it to hold a bitch, not catch a bitch.
She can't take much more.
Okay.
We've reached critical mass.
How am I supposed to run this? Shit. I didn't expect you to hack things this early.
Is a netrunner in the crew? No way he'll hack anything.
No way would someone use their class skills in a session.
Well, honestly, half of me expected you guys to just try and like run
wait
it.
in line.
Either wait in line or try to hurt somebody physically,
They're like,
We're
wait,
trying not
they're
to
actually.
do combat. We're trying really hard.
which is very abnormal for all of you.
But I'm about
Right.
to whoop a dude's ass in the street. To be honest, I can't see the way
Yeah.
out of it.
That's more of how like
That's how I thought this was going to go.
I specifically made my guy so that I wouldn't go get into street fights.
But I kind of rolled a 1, and then now I have to fight again.
which is more of what I expected to usually happen. Usually, even when you guys put together, like when we put together ideas for like, here's how we avoid things, something goes horribly wrong, and then, well, we just murder everyone. So okay, second,
Combat is always the fallback of things, but
so
let's see what else happens first.
so yeah, you're exploring around. First thing you see is a killer
Mhm.
program. You sneak past, and then you get stuck at a password wall.
Okay,
So give
that's where I need to do a back door.
correct.
Back door, man.
Where do I determine what my inner is?
It'll
That where
be-
it is my? Is that with my roll ability? So my rank in my is interface.
It'll be interface, yeah.
Okay, because my roll ability is interface. My rank is 4. Then. So
Yeah, so you do an interface.
Okay.
check.
Okay. That's a 10.
Okay.
So
You make it through the password.
Okay.
There are 3 routes:
Hmm.
left, middle, right.
Do I have any way of being able to like get any indication of what those paths are?
It's
I just got to take a
3
path.
It's just 3 hallways.
3 hallways. Okay. I will take the right path.
Nice.
Okay. You run into a hellhound.
What's a
Oh,
hellhound?
shit.
It's an anti-personnel black ice.
mm,
Yeah, that's definitely a problem. Because that's definitely going to be looking for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it does immediately see you.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So,
that's going great.
how would you like to approach this? You can attempt to run away from it. You
Right.
can try to kill it.
I don't know how tough Hellhound programs are. But I've also only got one thing that's like really good, that's decently good against Black Ice program, because it's a Black Ice program, right?
All
All
the-
anti-personnels are black ice.
even anti-program, like all of the like things that you'll fight,
Uh-huh.
they're black ice.
Okay, gotcha.
Which are like they're like virus or whatever,
Okay,
or
I
like
gotcha.
they're programs that are made to search out things.
Gotcha. I guess I will do I'll try a sword program on that. To do I don't know if that's part of the attacking or if I do that in place of it. Because that's I think it's the one that does. I think it's in the Netrunner programs. I thought it was on the whole thing that you were the main page that you're holding at. Oh well, or those are the.
These are black
those are
eyes.
yours. I gotcha. It's
Sword,
yeah.
anti-program attack. It does 1 attack, does 3d6 res to a black ice program or 2d6 to a non-black ice. So yeah, you could use your program on that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and take out the Hellhound then. 3, 3. So that's 9 res damage to it.
Okay. So you use your sword program on it. It slashes it. It doesn't seem to give a fuck.
Oh, great.
Mm.
So it got it. You notice that you damaged it.
Mm-hmm.
It's still running full speed.
Gotcha.
And it immediately goes after you.
Okay.
I don't have dice out, so Dusty, you got some dice out?
Yeah.
Roll me up 2d6.
Oh shit.
Or
Or
trying to figure out how this works. So it gets a +6 to its attacks.
so like 2d6 plus 6.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun.
Okay. So what'd you roll, Dusty?
A 3.
Okay.
And
So
one.
roll me a d10. Sorry.
Wait, oh, D10?
Yeah.
0. It's dead, right?
That's a 10.
Roll it again.
7.
Steve, go ahead and roll me an interface.
Shouldn't
Okay.
see, you know, and when he was like, I'll have
Hope
Dusty
you
roll
bulletproof,
damage.
boy, because it's about to hurt.
Damn. I could failed on my roll, but when I'm rolling for the
Yeah. Tell me about it. 8.
So, Dusty, roll 2d6.
this is
No,
not my
no.
fault. Four
Or
and 2.
Steve, you take 6 damage.
He's like, stop letting Dusty roll the dice.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
reasonable. Yeah, you take 6 direct damage.
All right. Fuck. Where do I? Okay. There it is.
Is your cyber deck insulated?
No, it's not.
Oh dear.
Wait. Hang on a second.
He's like,
Let me double check what I meant about that. My first thought when you said insulated was meant internal. Hang on a second.
I mean, it's got a case on it. It's got a rubber
I
case
put a
on it.
sticker on it.
It's got a pop socket on the back. I don't drop it. I promise. Never drop it. I'm gonna say if you make me kill Steve, I'll have to put one of my dice in dice jail.
Well, we got to put it to use now.
It's got the lockpick dice in there, which is kind of funny.
That was Cat's doing. I like that guy. He doesn't deserve to be in jail. He never did nothing wrong.
No, but it's kind of
Except
funny
take
because
forever to
it's
get a
the
result.
lock.
He does good work.
It's the lock. And any dice that's in there can roll that dice to get out. You have to roll doubles on that 1d20. Which is impossible because you only roll one dice. You can't roll doubles.
I don't think it's insulated.
Okay. Then your cyber deck catches on fire, and it catches your clothes on fire.
Oh, joy.
Oh, Jesus.
Like
So-
outside?
Yes.
Yeah.
In the real world?
Yes.
Like where I am?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you
The
see,
ladder's on fire! The ladder's on fire!
so you see
No!
him. You see him plug in, or you see her plug in, start typing away on her cyber deck, which is like on her, and then all of a sudden you just see just like a jolt, and then arm catch on fire, coat catches on fire a little bit. So in order to put that fire, it doesn't ruin your equipment, but in order to put it out, you're gonna have to take your meat action to do that.
Okay.
Me action.
Yes. Yeah.
Stop, drop, and roll.
He's got to
But-
stay plugged in.
But also you're still fighting it.
Yeah.
So it is your turn.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Okay, so I'm trying to remember how we separated out with Okay, so according to what I'm seeing on here, with my interface rank, I have 3 net actions.
Yes.
Okay, so, and then, but how many meat actions can I do as a result of this?
Can you put out the fire?
Can I attempt to put out the fire? And where would my turn factor in?
No. Mostly because so you could try to put out the fire. Trying to put out the fire would mean getting on the ladder or knocking them off the ladder.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, if this was in a more reasonably accessible thing, I can understand that.
But so those are your 2 options.
Okay.
And based on what you did to the ladder before, you're not very confident in going up the ladder, but also knocking the person out of things might not be the greatest thing. You could knock them down and then put it out, but
I don't want to do that. Okay.
uh,
So I'm just watching.
and then Steve, as far as your stuff goes,
Okay, wait, here we are. I see
per
this.
round you can take 1 meat
One-
action or
plus the net
3
actions.
net running actions.
Well, it says
Oh.
1 meat action plus net actions.
Plus
A net runner's turn is 1 meat action plus net actions.
Meat action. Meat action. Action meat.
No. So I'm looking at the page right here. On your turn, you can take either a meat action or as many net actions as your interface skill allows.
Oh, well, then this thing
No
is
matter
locked.
which you choose to do, you still get to make a move action.
So say move
Okay,
action.
well, then this thing's lying.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know where you got it from, just something to let you know this is lying.
So
Yeah.
you
Okay.
could always be moving around and running around if there's like a firefight or something going on around
Right.
you. But it's gonna you will have to waste an action to put out the flame.
Yeah.
So every action that you don't put out that flame though, you take 2 damage at the end of your turn.
Okay. All right. Okay, so well then, first I guess what I want to do then is run the fuck away from this hellhound.
Okay.
So I'll take my net actions. I'll go ahead and list 2 more damage, because of the fire for this turn, because that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, because that'll happen at the end of your turn.
Yep. Okay.
What's your first net action?
So I guess my first net action is to,
Are you fighting or running?
I am running.
So you'll be doing a slide action.
Gotcha.
I'm just looking up,
So-
and she's twitching and burning. I'm just so happy to be here.
Just keep an eye out. Don't worry about the burning. Oh, so close to an exploding. So that's a 13. It says it's against
Okay.
the program's perception plus D10.
It's still after you.
Great.
So you slid into another random little area, and then immediately it blasted through whatever you just slid under. It's right on your heels.
Great.
Would you like to slide again?
Um,
Or are you gonna like attack it more?
I will try to attack it again. With my with that sword program again.
Okay.
Hopefully I just roll better than middling average this time. That's a 6. 5 for 11. And 4, so 15.
Okay. You shatter it to pieces.
Sweet! Okay. And then I've still got one more net action. Am I back to that same, or am I to the same one I was before, or am I just in a whole nother part of the network?
You find your way back to where you were
Okay.
in order to like actually move forward. If you're looking at that,
Yeah.
or at least you move your back way into the architecture where you first found the hell. Huh?
Right. Okay. And then I guess I'll move forward from there. Can I do actually, I don't know. I don't know if it matters to do a cloak action at this point.
I mean, you can.
Just to try and hide my presence in it real quick before I move on.
Or before you put yourself out. 'Cause
Yeah,
you're
before I
you're
put myself
on
out.
fire.
Yeah, because I'll definitely want to like hang on before I keep moving. Let me hide myself. All right, put that out.
Not gonna lie, the main way I get my supplies is off of dead bodies. So as soon as you lit up, I was like, "Ooh!"
It's like, wait a second. All right, hey, if she dies, she dies.
Not my fault.
Yeah, not that great. That's only 7.
Okay, so you attempt to make a cloak action. Second round, I'm assuming you put yourself out, so you just kind of lose a round.
Yeah,
Third round, are you moving forward?
yeah, I'll move forward.
Okay. Give me an interface.
Ooh, that explodes. Ooh, so that's a 19 plus 4. It's 23.
Damn.
All right.
Man, how long is it going to take just to find the right spot to put our names on a goddamn list?
Yeah, I didn't know you had to fight like little creatures.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. He's in there having a freaking mind battle with the fucking security camera.
And it's and while this all seems like it's taking forever for me, it's like only a few seconds for you guys. I'm just
alright.
plugging in because as far as what's your character's name again?
Jack.
Jack. As far as Jack's concerned, yeah. Alex just plugged in. Still typing away while my arm's on fire. Then
That's why you got the high body points, so you can sit there and burn.
Apparently. Yeah, no. So in the next room, you notice that there's a skunk program, which is also an anti-personnel black ice.
Okay.
It hasn't noticed you yet, so you get to make the first move on
Okay. So I can try to slide past it.
it. You could try.
Okay. I'm gonna try and slide past it.
Okay.
Shit. Okay, so that's a 0.
Why do you have to do this?
The DM just took his glasses off.
Okay.
His face.
Because that's my dice. I rolled really super good, and then I literally canceled out my roll. Because I rolled a 1, and then I rolled a 5, so I'm at -4. My interface is 4.
Okay.
So it's fucking 0. Whatever, I did not slide past this thing, it fucking spotted me.
At least it didn't fall over.
Give me another interface.
Okay. Watch this. Yeah, not that great. 6.
Okay. So it hits you.
Okay.
Dusty roll D10.
You're hit with a bit of an effect.
Uh-oh.
All of your slide checks are now -2.
Shit.
Luckily, that's about it.
Okay.
He looked at the other status effect and was like, "No, I can't do that to you." No, it's just a -2 to your slide checks.
Totally.
Absolutely.
You're just
of
very
course.
noticeable in the network now.
Right.
Swear.
Of course. Okay. So then I've still got 2 more of my net actions then.
Oh no, you got 3. It's your turn.
Well, you said that when I went in there, that was the first thing I could do was, or I got to do my actions first because it didn't notice me, right?
Yes.
My first action was to try and slide past it, and since I failed that, I figured I kind of reacted by hitting me with this. So I thought I still would have 2 more actions, right? I was assuming that's how the turn ordering was going. As the DM furiously speed reads the rules to check and to double check it.
Get a twisted tea. Hashtag not sponsored.
Hey, why not how about you give me one while you're there?
Everybody talk about how you enjoy twisted tea.
You see how much we show this when we aren't sponsored? Imagine if we were.
Yeah, because Twisted Tea wants our 5 views that are all dusty refreshing the page. Okay, yeah, you should have taken 3 actions, but whatever.
Okay.
Fuck it. You also failed so horrifically. We'll say that you slid into a wall.
I kind of figured that just how bad that was. I just didn't that. Thanks. And that I obviously didn't get. I didn't get slide past it.
Yeah.
But
But
okay,
you get 3
so-
actions because it's your turn.
all right. So then so I didn't slide past it. I suppose I can try to zap it. Well, not zap it, but use my sword program on it to try and eliminate it before it can do anything. That's 6. And then a 5. I'm doing this basically like the same as last time. And a 6. So
Wow.
17.
Not
D6
bad.
is really good. It's that D10.
Okay.
Maybe it's a matter of whether I'm actually using the tower or just rolling into the tray. Who knows?
So you kill it
Sweet.
as well. The stench lines on
I
you seem
believe
to
you.
stop coming.
Okay. Um.
There's from there a left path and a straight path.
Okay. I'm gonna have to. All right.
A left path and a straight path?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he goes to go into a hallway, and there's a path that like is more to the left, and there's one that goes straight.
I'll go to the left, and that'll be my last net action.
That was a test you fail.
I think you might have written that down wrong.
Because I went in,
Mhm.
and then I had a part where I had a left, a right, and or a left, a center, and a right path.
Right.
I went to the right path. That's where I ran into the Hellhound. Then I retraced back to where I was after the battle. I went forward, and then I basically just went forward until I hit to a point where now I'm at this fork where I have a left.
I thought you broke through something.
A password.
There was a password. Yeah, there was
Oh.
a password, but it was still a straight.
Okay.
But it didn't deviate anything.
Yeah,
I'm basically just building deviations
I get it.
as opposed to strictly floors in it.
I didn't hear the password, but I thought you like broke through a wall, which meant you were back on the center path. But no, if you keep going
No,
straight,
it's just I hit a point where it's like I needed to get through a password,
Okay.
and I made a back door.
Net running is like a whole dungeon crawl.
Yeah, it really is. Interesting if you have multiple net runners plugged into the same thing. I'm assuming because then you got like you go this way, or it's a bunch of us going into one area. Like we got to scout this together.
Yeah, can multiple people hack the same system together?
Yes, I gotta pee.
Okay.
That would be cool, like a bunch of running around in there.
I mean, you can do that. It's that, like as you were talking about, like, we could all be a bunch of like an entire medic team and just do missions like that. It's the same thing. Like, if everybody's net runners, we got to get into this system. Everybody plug in, and then we all just
spider out.
yeah dive in.
What am I gonna do?
You are awkwardly sitting in your car with probably a deflated ego.
How can they not know how cool I am? Don't they see this 8 on my stat sheet?
But don't you want to keep,
Oh no!
don't you want me to keep like
Yeah, we
like,
left you.
Yeah.
You're about to get into a
'cause it
confrontation.
elevated a little bit, and I'm like,
Mhm.
do I go along with it or do I try to like de-escalate it? Because I'm still trying to like cause a distraction, right?
Yeah, you're trying to cause
But I
a scene.
haven't gained enough attention, so I'm like,
Well, you have. Sorry. Yeah.
so if I like punch the guy, then I escalate the situation enough to be distracting, or what do I do?
I don't know. You guys are already yelling and stuff, and he said the bouncers weren't really worried about you. Unless if you got into a fight and you tried to throw the guy like in that direction.
Into the like I shove him into the line,
Yeah.
make it the bouncer's problem. But then I'll never get in because it'll be like, I don't care if you're on the list.
Yeah, and
That
you're the
guy
one that
from
needs to talk to
earlier.
him.
So like I need to de-escalate and drive away.
I
That
guess.
I wasn't very
And then
distracted.
come
I guess
back.
you just-
Yeah.
I'll just come back and meet you guys and be like, it didn't work out. And you guys are like, I'm on fire. And I'll be like,
Steve, give me an interface roll.
Uh,
7.
Total?
Yes.
Add your speed to that.
Oh, my speed to that? Fuck, where's my speed?
speed.
Speed?
What is speed?
Hang on. Where do I find my speed?
I am speed.
Is it move?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh.
mean
Oh,
move?
you're on my move?
Or wait, no. am I thinking of the wrong table? Sorry. Okay, so interface was that.
Now that the numbers are more perspective, like I have a 7 in move, so I'm like, I feel like I run pretty
Oh,
good.
so wait, so you had a 7 in just interface? You said, Steve?
Like, well, my interface rank is 4, and I rolled a 3. So 7 total. Yes.
I have a lot of will. I feel like it's wasted. I only use it for concentration
I should be actually spending my luck.
and resist torture.
So you have ran into a Sabertooth
Oh,
Oh no.
program,
all right.
which is
I'm assuming another anti-personnel program.
well, it doesn't target you.
Oh?
Instead, so that's 16. So and it deals.
Jake's like, I'm
Jesus.
gonna kill Steve today.
Rolls.
You know what? I kind of.
I'm just kind of curious about this because it's more than just like, well, he doesn't target me, but roll. Like, oh God, what are you doing to me, Jake? Why are you trying to kill me? What did I walk myself into?
Your sword program is completely and utterly destroyed.
Uh-oh. Shit, it was targeting my programs. Fuck.
It's an anti-program Black Ice.
I guess.
And that your sword is gone.
Fuck. Great.
Oh,
I'm
dude,
going to have
not
to get a
your
new
sword,
program.
you can't.
I have something else, but it's just not as effective against black ice. It's only 2d6 against black ice.
So it's your turn.
Okay.
Yeah, and your negative two
And
slide.
I'm gonna be honest. You saw what it did to your sword. It was about 26 damage.
Yeah, no, I don't want to deal with that. I'm gonna
Next
fucking.
turn is a different program.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna.
You're gonna have to kill him before he. Because what are you
Can
gonna
I,
do? Slide away? Your negative
Yeah,
slide.
because I'm gonna see if I can't like.
Well, his
try
stink
and-
lines are gone. He killed the skunk.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and I guess I'm gonna try and slide away from it.
You gonna use any of your luck?
Yes, I am going to use my luck.
Because you just said that 2 seconds
I did
ago.
just use that 2
It's
seconds ago.
Oh boy, I'm gonna tell you, buddy, right now. How
Fuck
many luck
against
points
this
you
thing.
got?
I'm gonna go ahead and use 3 luck on this.
This program doesn't look very friendly.
Yeah. Watch me roll a fucking 1.
Well,
Now
it
that I
doesn't help
goddamn
if you
said
roll
that.
one, right? All you have to do is not roll one.
So that's a 13.
Boom.
Okay. You feel like you've slid away.
Okay.
You come up to a control node. Give me an interface check.
Ooh, a control node.
Buggy.
I'm gonna spend 1 luck. 11.
Okay. You have successfully accessed what you can of the architecture.
Yes.
Oh wow!
Great. What can I access of the architecture?
What do you want to access?
Well, mostly I just want to I want to access the database of their guest list.
Which list?
To Knights.
The guest list to this club.
People who have visited here, or who they're allowing in?
Who they're allowing in.
Okay.
Yeah, basically I want access to that, and I want to add our names onto that list.
Okay. That's easy enough.
Okay.
You're able to do that. What else do you want to do?
Shit. What else can I do? What else do I want to do while I'm in here?
You've got
Can
2
you-
more actions.
Can you get us
Or no,
some
1 more
food?
action.
What's that?
You've got 1 more action because this was able to, like, you slid away into here, you did that
Then
action.
that, and then right, I have 1 more
and
action.
then that's when other things might happen.
Is there a Actually, wait. As far as for the listing on there, do they have anything like a VIP listing in there? Actually,
That is the people on that.
that is the people on that list. Okay, never mind. Is there any also listing on there that I can find that like gives like say complimentary like drinks / food for those folks, or is that part of being on the list? I'm just trying to get us some free shit while we're in here. Because if we come in here, we get on the list, and if we got anything like, oh, you're these folks, well, we give you this other shit. I'm like, hey, that'll make us even look better.
Order some food and charge somebody else's card.
There doesn't appear to be anything on this architecture that has to do with billing or comps.
All right.
This is more, from what you're finding, it's more of an externals system, so you can see people that have gone in and out, people who are allowed in, a couple of things like that.
Can I copy a listing of all the people who have been at the club
Today, or for how long?
Shit. I guess that depends on how long I want to go back. Let's just say in the past week.
Do you have a memory chip on you? And do you have a memory chip slot?
Ooh, that's a good question. Is that a cyberware?
Yes.
Or is it shit? Then probably not. No, I don't.
So then it's up to what you can remember.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. All right. I can't think of. Okay, if nothing else, then that I can't think about anything that then.
So if there's
I got our main target, and I can't think of anything else that I wanted to do in here. And I'm not in the area to like get us some cool shit. I have to keep diving around if I wanted to keep doing that. But main mission accomplished, and I don't want to stick around too much for that. So would my last action be diving out?
Yes.
All right, then that'll be my last action.
Okay.
I'll dive out.
Okay.
Good, before anything else like comes in.
Yeah.
So it took you about 40 seconds, 50 seconds of being jacked in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. It didn't take very long. Your cohort might be a little bit concerned at the fact that you burst into flames at one point.
It's like, don't worry about it. It happens sometimes.
Also, you have mild brain damage.
And the brain damage.
And the brain damage.
Which is alarming for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because there isn't really a fast way to heal anymore, like in this game.
Right.
So that's not great.
No, it's not great. I mean, I've got that was 6 points of brain damage, 2 points of fire damage.
Well, it's all damage.
I mean, yeah, but still. Good thing I got 40 points of damage.
I guess. But yeah, you guys are successfully on the list for tonight.
I got us on the list.
No guarantees that your names stay on the list past tonight. Because if somebody reviews it or anything, but
yeah.
Right.
But we got access to for tonight where Mario's going to be.
Yeah. What you're going to do once you get in, that's up to you guys.
Look up today's session. Would you bought a ladder?
We scouted. We served you two for about an hour.
Yeah.
Then we scouted the club.
We ate kibble and then got on YouTube.
Guys, I thought we were supposed to be playing a game that's like all about fantasy and stuff, not what we do in our day-to-day.
No, this is people in the future. This is Gen Z people. We get up and eat kibble and watch YouTube.
And next time around, maybe put some thought into what you're going to wear to the club that night in like 2 hours.
Hey, we're on the list. We can wear whatever we want.
It doesn't mean you won't stick out like a fucking sore thumb.